Hello. Oh, you can see my cup. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to All Signs. Back home. It's a Friday, right? It's Friday, right? You can tell I'm back to norm, and we're doing. What are they holding back from you today? Just going to check the energy of the person that's on your mind, or whoever's in your energy, and see possible actions, and whatever. If they're not taking actions, what's the block? What's going on? All right. And plus, I look at Aries through Pisces for every zodiac sign, as per usual, for each zodiac. Timestamps will be up after the live. Please be patient if you do show up during the live stream. Usually somebody's pretty cool, or I will let you know when the timestamp is, because I do do them as we're going. So just ask. All right. And hello, everybody. All right. I've got a little bit of my Halloweeny stuff coming in. We only got what, 13 days left? 13 days left to Halloween. I am doing questions at 4:00. That live stream is up. You can see the pinned comment. It shows you the link. You just click that link. It'll take you over to the live stream, or you can go to my main page. You can see that I am taking questions right now. I do it for about 2 hours. So it's already got the list. People know what to do. People sign up way in advance. So the list is already growing. So happy Friday. Make sure you're coming in. Say hi. Tell me your sign, who you're here for, who you're cross-watching. Your energy really does help me when I'm live. I really do engage with you. I try not to engage during the actual reading. So that's why the timestamp is there. But I will talk to you and pick up on your energy, and bring good energy, good vibes. Even if you're having a bad day, somebody in here will help lift you up. All right. But if you are being rude, we got people in here that will show you the way out. All right. Hi, Carissa. Hello, Angel, Michelle, and Kay, and Jeff, and Lola, and Lori. What's up? And we have a new member, Kels. Kels, welcome to the membership. Tuesdays and Thursdays, depending on which tier you are. I answer questions for you over there too, as well. And we have all kinds of goodies that go on over there. And if you want to read in from me, my website is there, the QR code. But I am going to get into it. Any questions, always email me, or just ask somebody in the chat room. And let's get going. I don't think I missed anything. Happy birthday to Libra. If you want to win a personal reading, I still do that. I haven't picked one. Well, the season's not over, but I will pick one. Happy birthday to Libra under any video. And, every season. So when Scorpio starts, we'll do Scorpio. But and I've got another one. Sweet Stacy. Welcome to my YouTube membership. You guys always welcome. It's no obligation. You come and go as you please, and we just, Tuesdays, the membership lives will be up, so you can sign in and put a question in. All right. Welcome. I love it. And so let's get going. Aries. I put a little bit of an orangey color here. So we got 444, so that I could kind of get the Halloween vibe in. All right. I'm trying this little setup. You are welcome. Aries. What does Aries, my collective Aries, need to know? Zenergy. We got another one. All right. I will do another shout out after the reading. Thank you. Archer is amazing. Tell Archer thank you. Archer, thank you. All right. I have the devil. All right. So somebody's got their mind on you, Aries. The little devil. Be careful. I'm like, oh, here we go. Aries, Come on, you over here, you just got all smirky and smiley. You're like, I know who you're talking about. I know what he's like. I know what he's all about. I know what she's all about, but I still want her. I still want him. And all you try to act all, I don't want that kind of energy coming to me. It's good energy, but it's just not, it doesn't ever get you where you want to go. But it's sweet when you have it. All right. So we do have the 7 of Cups. Somebody's definitely fantasizing about you. Somebody likes what you've got to give. And, I'm actually, I don't usually talk like, every now and then it comes out. So it's got to be for someone. I love this setup too. I love Halloween. It's my season. We're getting ready to roll with the Scorpios coming in. All right. Not trying to, we got to show some love to our Libras, but Libra, you hold that, torch to the end, but my season coming in. All right. So I do see here. All right. Somebody here, you haven't gotten rid of them yet. They can't get rid of you. They may be holding back. Look, there's a lot of drama between the two of you, the 5 of Wands. They like to play games. They like to get you going. They like when you get them going. I don't know. It's like a game you guys play silently. You know the sexual tensions there. You're both trying to act like you don't want it, or they're trying to act like they don't want it. All right. Maybe not a commitment. All right. But they want you. All right. And, and I just really, with this kind of fight going on, I know it would be easier if this person would just give in and, little shit starters. And if this person would just give in, but you'd be bored. I don't think this isn't what this person is here for in your lifetime. I'm sorry to say it. You call it in, you want it. If this person were to go straight edge on you, you'd dump them. You'd be ready for somebody else. This is that kind of person that you're calling in right now, that you have in your energy. You're having fun with it. Maybe you're not ready yourself for a full-blown commitment like you think you are, right? Or you just don't care and you just want this person. All right. So I have a Capricorn energy. All right. So we've got you, the Fool card. That's what I'm saying. Like the Fool and the Devil, you don't care. You're just like, you're pretending like, oh, I'm just doing my thing, taking a leap of faith. I know, but you know that there's a little bit of, there's something going on here, and at the bottom of your heart, like if something doesn't turn out the way you want it to, you may be disappointed, but it was worth it, or you feel like it's worth it. So I do see you jumping in here. You got a fresh start coming in with somebody. Aries, the ball's in your court. This person wants you. All right. And your challenge is a judgment. All right. This person gets you every time, or this person this is somebody, if it's somebody new that's entering and you are like, I know who she's talking about. This judgment card is saying, you're going against your better judgment, but it must be that good. So you've got major arcana here. I've got fire energy as well too. So it could be a Capricorn. It could be a fire energy, fire sign, or even I think a Scorpio with that judgment card and plus fire. Is what I'm seeing. So their energy and their challenge is, we have the 2 of Swords for their energy. So it's like this person was telling themselves, I do not want to get my heart invested. Right. And there's something about you, like they keep trying to talk themselves out of this connection. It's like, oh, here we go. There's going to be some drama between us, but you have this person's attention. You have this person's heart, but their challenge is relationship, is commitment, is opening up, and is admitting that they do want love in their life. They do want love in their life, but it seems like they're fighting it at every chance they get. All right. They are fighting it. All right. Can they see themselves with you? That's the problem. That's the problem. All right. You have the 2 of Swords. It's like, it's like, I know that if I were to commit, Aries would take me to the best end game ever, the best happy ending ever, right? Aries, I don't know where we can tell we're going into Scorpio season. Wow. All right. So we are seeing here, but the other thing is you got somebody here that's like, I don't want this. I don't want this. They're just trying to talk themselves out of it. It seems like it's inevitable though. Is there any external influence in this person's life? And I've got the Knight of Wands. The external influence, person, place, or thing that is affecting your person is their ego, is them. but it's also you. It's like, Aries, why do you have to be so hot? Why do you've got to be on my mind? I mean, if you've got, yeah, I'm sorry, Aries is one of a kind. Right, Aries' head just went right, but you know, they gave ego to Leo and they gave the sun to Leo, but Aries, it's all about you. You start the show. And but your person here, the thing is that their ego is their, you know, it's all about them, their ambitions, their career. They're in the prime of, you know, a situation in their life. They're focused on themselves, and it's not a bad thing, but it's like, I've got to finish what I'm started. I'm going after. I'm at the best, you know, part of my life. I'm trying to, you know, gain recognition. I'm trying to get my shit together. And yet, you know, I want to play. I want freedom. I want to do my thing, you know. And then here you come, and the chemistry is off the charts with you. All right. So that is the influence. It may seem like this person's a player, and yes, you know, they are coming into this reading with that kind of heat. But at the same time, it's you know, I'm being realist here. It seems like they've got, you know, important motives on their mind when there comes to their life. They're not trying to play you and play the field. It's just they really are fighting a commitment with you, and that is the only thing that's holding them back. One of those, you know, maybe, you know, at the right time, right place, you just may be able to get this one to commit. So we will look at Aries. Well, first, let's see guidance for you from Spirit. I almost forgot that. Queen of Swords. You've got to, you know, integrity, and you've got to think about the bigger picture, but also, you know, stand in your truth. And, you know, this is all about respect and fairness as well, too. All right. So think logically about this situation. I will give a little Mama Frankie thing. If some of you, if this is your situation and you're getting emotionally invested with this situation, and you just know that this is the person you're dealing with, this Queen of Swords is saying you got to step back a little bit. And you know, if you're reacting from your emotions, you've got to look at the facts, and that's it. All right, possible outcome is Ace of Wands. So we are seeing here, you know, the passion is there. You both have each other on each other's mind. You want to get the fire started. It's already begun. And I do see communication coming in with your person, Aries. Could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini as well, too. Let's see Aries through Pisces. See the potential. I will look at potential today of any action. All right, Aries through Pisces. All right, look at this. You have the South Node at the bottom. All right, lessons not learned, right? Or there's lessons that need to be learned. All right, so let's see what's going on. You may have been married to this person in a past life. All right, that's why they're coming back to haunt you. All right, some of you are like, oh, I've been married. That's not sometimes a good thing. All right, let's see. Aries, you have the new moon with you and another Aries. All right, so new start coming. Aries, there's just the ball's in your court is how I feel, you know, and pay attention to new people that are coming into your life too, because everything I just said could be somebody that is coming into your life. All right, Taurus, square. Taurus is a square. This one isn't about, no, I'm just kidding. Taurus is like, I'm going to kill you. All right, square. All right, there's restrictions. All right, you and Taurus are a lot alike, and some of you might even be cuspers, whatever, right? But Taurus still can out stubborn you, I believe. They can. And because you're fire and they're earth, even though you both have a lot in common, you know, you're still dealing with you want now. You want now, you desire now, you go for it now, you jump in now. Taurus is going to put the brakes on constantly, and it's going to stress you out, right? It's going to, and Taurus will do it just to piss you off. I will tell you that. Taurus will do it to piss you off because it's a natural instinct for them to move at their own pace and do what they want. And so it's not going to aggravate them to slow down. Having patience is not going to aggravate them. I'm going to throw a joke out there. Don't get mad unless they're hungry. All right. Let's see. We have Gemini, Redbeard square. Oh, I know every sign can be stubborn, but we've got some leaders of the pack. Gemini is all about their money. There's that ambition. All right. So it's not that they're not into you. It's not that they don't care about you. Love is not all it takes. It takes, you can want somebody, want to be with somebody, but somebody wants money more or is trying to get their life in order and they just care about the good things in life. That is going to take top priority. And don't take it personal with a Gemini. They got money on their mind. Their attitude is all about their possessions. We have Cancer, all right? You get a lot of luck around Cancer, so something is growing. Jupiter is in Cancer right now, right? So Cancer feeling real cancerous, ready to expand and grow, but also it can be too much at times too, so just be careful about that. I am seeing stay optimistic about your Cancer. It seems like something, they got their eye on you, all right? It's looking good. It's looking positive. We have Leo energy with Aquarius energy. All right. So it looks like Leo sees a future with you, but they really are trying to figure out who they are, what they want. They're looking out at the bigger picture. They're different. They see you differently, but you guys have a lot in common, but it does feel like your Leo is seeking something. All right. And very independent, but it doesn't mean this can't go somewhere. All right. Virgo, communication. Virgo likes communication. Virgo likes to talk to you. Virgo wants to talk to you. All right. So communication coming in wherever you're at. It just seems like if you're struggling with your Virgo, let's talk about it. They think about you. They think about what you said. So it really does come down to communication with your Virgo. Libra, we got Virgo energy with a Libra, right? So Virgo here could be thinking about you, analyzing the situation. They may be a perfectionist. It may seem like every little thing they bring up, everything they worry about, everything they, is on their mind. But if they didn't have this energy and they weren't thinking about that or being that picky about things, it would mean they didn't care, all right? But it may stop them too and make them cautious about making a decision. I can see, though, that they are thinking about you and there is potential here. Scorpio, all right, Scorpio in their feels. Scorpio, there's something brewing here with your Scorpio. All right, there is passion between the two of you. And there's also healing and forgiveness coming in with you and your Scorpio. We have Sagittarius, whatever's going on between you guys, the astrological transits favor this connection at this time. So whatever it is you're trying to pursue or trying to gain or get or manifest, seems like this is a very positive time for you to make it happen. It is Virgo, look at you. I love it. You are good. All right. So we have Sagittarius. Well, that was Scorpio. That was Sag. Capricorn, you and Capricorn thinking about the same thing, wanting the same thing. It looks like when you are together, every time it just gets better. We see you guys joining forces here. But, sometimes it can be a little bit overpowering too between the two of you. So, but it seems like you guys are a match made here and you're going to make it work. Aquarius, same thing. Aquarius here looks like you guys feeling good, feeling blessed. You may feel blessed in their energy. Things are working out, coming into harmony with your Aquarius. And Pisces, we're seeing the moon energy. So Pisces is in their element. Pisces feeling good right now, all right? They're all looking good, feeling good. You might not be able to read them right now, but they are in their fields. So you may be able to tap into that and get something from them. All right. Just don't bring up the past. All right, let's go. Taurus. Let's see. 2020. All right, 2020. 2020 vision. All right, Taurus. Anytime there's a really nice earthy moon, I'm always getting shit done. That's how you know. That's how I know anyways. It might affect everybody else different. Taurus. Taurus. A sub day. What's a sub day? That went over my head too. So if that went over your head, it went over mine too. All right, Taurus, 7 of Wands. All right, Taurus feeling a little aggressive over here. Your person might be feeling a little aggressive. You know, we're going through some Scorpio energies here. That's opposing you. All right, that's opposing you, you know, so you're gonna be challenged right now. Every time something's in Scorpio, you know, it opposes you. It says, I'm gonna pull you in the direction you don't want to go. Right? And it just feels like maybe you're constantly being challenged, you know, and it could, you know, we got this energy of, you know, sort of feeling attacked, feeling defensive, feeling on edge, right? And you know, this could be your person too, feeling on edge around you. Right? Are you giving off an edgy vibe? You know, are you, you know, and some of you are like, no, but you know, most people who are defensive are going to get defensive when I say that, you know, so that's what's funny is every time I say something, are you being defensive? No. Okay. Right? So there is this air of edginess coming in between you and your person. What this 7 of Wands tells me right now, though, is chill out. Both of you guys need to chill out, whoever this is. You know, maybe there's a little bit of block between the two of you, giving you guys some space just to breathe. Maybe you guys just need some space to breathe. It has nothing to do with whether or not I love you, I care about you, I want to be with you. It's just saying, get the hell out of my space right now, you know? And, you know, I just need to breathe, right? And not worry about it. And this is how you test and challenge your relationships, you know. Will they come back? Let's see. You know, you've got to have your space too. And your person does too. You can't be worried. You cannot be worried that if there's a little bit of irritation between you and another person, and if you guys need to take a break, although I always tell the story about my Taurus friend who I went silent for a week and it drove her crazy. You know, you don't want to go to the extreme, but that's a Scorpio extreme. All right. But that's what I'm getting. This is just a challenging time for you and your person. And they might be on edge. They might feel like you're on edge. And we're just needing that. What's the influence? It's not really so much the influence, Taurus, but I got the Ace of Swords underneath that. And it just seems like, look, Taurus, I think about you. All right. You know, you're the one that's on my mind. All right. There's no doubt about it. All right. You know, and you've got somebody here that I'm gonna throw this out there right now. Mars and Mercury. I listen to the Leo King all the time, and because he says things, you know, just perfect for me sometimes. And Mars and Mercury are in Scorpio conjunct this week. Don't lose your shit on people this week. Don't lose your shit this week because of that energy, because Scorpio is you're going to sting. You're going to punch with your words, especially if you're angry with your person. Now, you and your person may be arguing with other people and just feeling fed up, and you may be projecting that it might be rolling into the relationship. All right. So this is going to be a week of, you know, putting down the punching bags and maybe just go and find something else to do for a minute. Right. But if you want to get something off your chest, just be prepared for somebody else to also meet you where you're at. So if you come at somebody's going to come back at you. It's going to be one of those weeks. All right. So let's see. Woo. Here we go. Let's see you. Look at you, Taurus, Knight of Cups. I mean, you've got some love, you got some heart, you know, you're in love or you're falling in love with somebody. Your heart knows what your heart wants, and there's no doubt about it. And no matter how much you fight this, you're just going to keep going with it. You're just going to make the path more difficult because, you know, I don't know, you just stubborn. but your heart is going to pull you where it's meant to go. And I see you following it though with this energy, but your challenge here, the Knight of Wands is your challenge. So this can be intensity, this can be burnt out, this can be aggravation, this can be overdoing it when you need a break, this can be fighting when you know you need to take a breather. All right. So I am seeing here, slow down. You may need to slow down, maybe slow down with your mouth, your words, whatever you're doing. Give yourself a little bit of a break. You could be connected to a water or a fire sign. Let's see your person. Your person, I can see why they're confused in you. They're stressing you out. You've got the Seven of Swords. All right. So they're not being honest with you about something. I can see why, or they're stressed. Oh, they don't trust you. There's something going on here. What is their challenge? The Three of Cups. This person here, there could be a third party involved, right? And they're trying to figure out what to do, right? The Three of Cups is somebody else is involved. Somebody else is messing with my happiness, all right? I'm trying to be honest with you, but it looks like they're holding back. They're trying to hide how happy they are. They're not happy with the situation that they're currently in. What is the external influence? What is going on here? I see the Empress card. So the Empress card can tell me there is another woman, or there's a past, there's an ex, there's a mother. It doesn't have to be a lover. All right. But it does seem like your person is trying to keep this from you, but something could be weighing on them. It's like, I want to be able to tell you the truth. I want to be able to be honest with you. This person has love for you. There's no doubt that they don't want to be with you, but there seems to be what's weighing on them is there's a Seven of Swords happening here. And the Seven of Swords, right? The Page of Pentacles is the truth has come into light. Somebody here wants to be honest. Somebody wants to be open. Somebody just wants to be real about their feelings. All right. But it does feel as though we're having to have some sort of patience. And if there was a third party or a situation that has happened in the past and you're having trouble, one of you are having trouble with trusting the other person, this is your person, or it's showing through in this reading saying, I'm trying, I want to trust, I want to move forward, I want to build something with you. All right. But it's really, this week, it seems like it's resurfacing. Some situation is resurfacing this week, and it's bringing up a lot of tension. So I would just be aware of that. Like, I go rewind so I don't have to repeat. All right. That there is a resurfacing of this issue. Your person wants to be with you, but there seems to be something that is resurfacing again that they just, they're trying to keep from you, but they can't. You're obviously feeling it. All right. So what is the guidance from Spirit for you? I see the Queen of Wands, right? So the Queen of Wands, open your heart, be confident, and just, hold on to your vision. You know what you want. Stay calm and cool and collected, all right? Don't lose your shit. All right. And what is the possible outcome here? I do see the Five of Pentacles. I feel like whatever it is you're going through right now, this is going to be short-lived, and you're going to see the situation change. Whatever's happening seems to be coming up for a reason, and it seems to be, this is it. This has to happen so that we can move forward. All right. Your heart is wanting something, and you're wanting to be with somebody, and you're going to make it happen. All right, we are going to get past whatever this BS is. Let's see Aries through Pisces. Wow. You could have an Aries, Leo, Sag that you're connected to, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Fire and water is here too. But let's look at Aries through Pisces. Let's see the potential of Aries through Pisces. All right, tell me about Aries through Pisces this week right now, wherever you're at, whenever you get this. All right, we got the North Node here showing up the bottom of the deck. So you're going through some sort of learning phase. You're connected with somebody. That's who I'm picking up on right now. And the two of you see a future together. All right, so the North Node is always a brilliant, beautiful card to get, but we really do have to face our fears and push, push forward. All right, so that can be challenging. We have to get out of our comfort zone and surrender and trust. So although it's a pretty bright star, it does take work. It's the Aries. All right. So hidden truths coming to the surface with your Aries. All right. This is going to be the week when shit hits the fan, when we finally face, these truths about what's going on. Will it make or break us? We'll see. Taurus, Scorpio energy. Look at that. Talk about the synchronicity. All right. So just Taurus, rewind, listen to the beginning. Any Taurus, any Scorpio energy is going to be opposing you. And, although, you're very familiar with this energy, you've been living it your whole entire life, it still doesn't mean that it doesn't affect you. All right. It just means that you have to, that energy is coming back around. It may help you see deeper into things. You tap into the Scorpio side of things. Maybe you can, find or figure out what's really triggering you, what's really going on, trust in yourself a little bit more. So this could be the week where there's some truths coming up, we're finally seeing the light about things. All right. And there's some transformation coming up, especially you possibly with another Taurus and or a Scorpio, maybe. Gemini, we have an opportunity coming in. Gemini definitely is feeling the vibe with you. You guys seem to get along very well most of the time. I mean, I'm sure you have your little, spats or whatever, or if there's other things going on in your lives, you guys will figure it out. It looks like you and Gemini, really into each other and really want to make this work. Cancer, right? Cancer working on their health. Cancer might be getting over something. Cancer might be trying to figure out their daily routine, figuring out they're just trying to get themselves together. They're in a good energy though. So there could be something about the two of you meeting up or changing your routines to be together. Leo wants to date. Leo is definitely attracted to you. Leo is feeling you. All right. Leo is, very much sweet on you. So this could be a new energy of just kind of putting ourselves together and, trying, maybe going out, getting together, very attracted to each other. So there's a lot of love here. Virgo, marriage with you and a Virgo. It seems like it's destined, right? You guys feel it. So whatever marriage means to you, right? It doesn't mean you have to get that paper, but it may say like, look, I know that this is it. This is it for us. All right. And we have Libra. Libra definitely feeling you too. You looking good. You're the one that they see. You got everything going on. But, there is a bit of, fantasy going on here too. So you might have to wait till things kind of simmer down with you and a Libra before you can see the truth. Scorpio, listen to the guidance of your soul. And you had the Knight of Cups, right? So your heart's leading you. So just trust your heart, trust yourself when it comes to your Scorpio. Sagittarius looking good. Sagittarius is in a good place. Sag is like, look at me, I look at you, I see a future, let's make this happen. So your Sag could be taking some serious action towards you. Capricorn's causing some drama, right? Feeling a little restricted, right? Maybe you're stressing them out. Maybe they're stressing you out. Who knows, right? But there's definitely a lesson here and there's a chance to figure it out. Squares are meant to help you grow, not piss you off, even though it seems like that's what it does. But I do see confrontation coming in with you and a Capricorn. So you guys may, butt heads this week. Aquarius. All right. Expect the unexpected with the Aquarius. You have Uranus energy. Aquarius seems to be in a, fairly good mood right now. It's like, hey, this is just me, take it or leave it. Right. So kind of going with the flow. So there could be a really beautiful surprise coming in with your Aquarius this week. And Pisces showing up. Okay, so this is the second time Pisces has shown up in their element. So Pisces doing something right now, saying that, maybe Pisces is just like the rest of you all losing your mind, and Pisces doing their thing. They're, connecting spiritually, really heightened intuition. So if they're feeling a strong connection with you, the vibe is going to be just perfect this week, and they will follow their vibe. All right. Let's see, Geminis. Before I move on, I wanted to call out, thanks again to Zenergy. I have 3 new members here. And we have Sweet Stacy, and we have, is it Kales or Kales? All right, that is awesome. I didn't want to let that slide because Zenergy kind of snuck in before after I already made some shout outs. So thank you. All right, let's go. Gemini. All right. Scorpios are not sneaky. Scorpios are actually like they don't sneak. We don't sneak. We don't give a shit. We're just quiet and we do our thing and you just don't expect it. And so you think it's sneaky. I always thought that was wild. Let's see. Jean, a member for 16 months. All right. I'll give another shout out after I get going. Kaylee's. Okay, Kaylee's. Got you. All right, Gemini. Let's see. Gemini. All right, Gemini. Tell me about Gemini's person. Tell me about the energy around Gemini. All right, Gemini, somebody's hurting. All right, somebody is hurting in this connection. What happens? You've got somebody here that is just feeling kind of run down and depleted and, upset about something ending. And it's almost like we saw this coming, but did we really want this? And I have the Empress underneath. Right? So this is somebody here that has unconditional love, who's really in love, really heartbroken now. Now it's the overall energy, so it can be both of you. All right. And it just feels like something should have worked out and we've given it all we've got. And it just seemed like it didn't go anywhere. It just seemed like, kept giving it the benefit of the doubt. But I don't know, you can't unconditional love is unconditional love. So even if you and another person are in complete separation and you've given it your all right now, there's still growth there. The seeds are there, the love is there, the connection is there. It's divine. It's just that we've pushed each other too far right now. And you've got the Sun card underneath that too as well. So the Sun rules the 10 of Swords here. So the good news is the bullshit's over. All right. We've kind of, we did all we could. This person is saying, like I've done all I could. I did it, done it. And, it's not going to stop the love. It's just that, at some point there's just nothing left, you cannot get blood from a stone. Right. So let's see your energy right now. Knight of Pentacles. Right. There's still, look at you. You're like, you're just that persistent, you're hardworking. You've got the patience of an angel. Very, very cautious now. And so I'm going to go with, this energy here can be you and your person, the energy that I'm picking up. Somebody really holding back how much they really love you. Somebody really holding back how much they love you because there's been so much pain between the two of you. And, you know, you here, it's just, you just don't have a give up bone in your body. But you're wise, you're smart, you're not just going to, it's like you've learned your lesson now. You've learned your lesson now. All right. But right now, it does give me this energy of kind of taking it one step at a time here. What is your block? What is your challenge? The Nine of Swords. All right. Oh, dang. These are your energies. These are your energies. The 10 and the 9 of Swords is Gemini. We were just talking about this yesterday with all my Geminis, how you guys get the most beautiful cards in the deck. Gemini, your challenges is you just can't let go. There's some regret. You just, no matter what, you know, you see, you feel like something should be over. You feel like something's done, but that unconditional love is just going to win every time. But the problem is you can't figure out what to do. You don't know what to say, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I mean, you've lost sleep over how to fix this. This person has you on edge. You're always thinking, you know, I mean, you can't even relax. There is so much worry here, even with this person. It's like you don't want to give up on this situation, but whenever this situation is, or this person is around you, there's so much like, I just want to be able to chill, but I'm so worried about doing something wrong, or I'm so worried about, you know, we just can't relax. There's been too much, been a shitstorm in the past. Now, this could be too that just, you know, you both have been kind of through the ringer when it came to a relationship, the past relationship. And so when it comes to you, it's like, this person can't relax around you, or you them, because you're paranoid. You're trying to analyze my Geminis. I'm trying to figure you out right now. I really am, because there's just been such like the graph has gone up, heightened with my Geminis right now, being like really, even my readings, personals, and it's you know, there's this, what is it, analysis paralysis. It's like your minds are just going, and you can't relax in a situation. And some of you were like, this situation needs to be over, I need to end it. But then there's this part of you that is like, but I can't, I need to figure out the answers to this. I need to figure out why the hell this is going on. And it's, to me, it feels like it's not hard for a Gemini to get distracted and go find another way to get your mind off things and go do something different. So it seems to me that this is a problem right now, because you cannot get your mind off this. It just keeps looping around, and you can't you can't distract yourself. You can't get this off your mind. All right, so your person, all right, let's take a look at them now. All right, look at this, the King of Swords. So you can see that it's like your person just staring at you, you know, like cold and just thinking, trying to look at the facts, it's like distancing themselves from you, and, you know, seeing the facts though, you know, seeing the truth, wanting to see the truth, right? Still has your energy in their energy field, and it could be another air sign too, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but you definitely have somebody here who's being very, very detached. What's their challenge? The Five of Wands. There's too much fighting, arguing, conflict, drama, competition with you. All right. There's a lot of tension. There's challenges in this relationship. This person has a hard time being vulnerable around you. It's like it kind of feels like your person feels like they've got to be on edge all the time, or they have to be on point all the time, right? They might even be acting. They might not even be fully being themselves around you, playing it off super cool and chill, this King of Swords. But there's a lot of inner conflict. This person has an ego, you know, and their ego may be, you know, getting in the way. Their pride could be getting in the way with this situation. And there's a lot of competition. There could be jealousy. This person could actually get jealous easy and think that there's competition around you. You're talking to other people, even though it doesn't seem like you are. So what is the external influence with your person? And I see the Six of Cups, person, place, or thing. So there could be memories that are getting in this person's way. They cannot seem to let go of something that, you know, you guys have done. Now they have a lot of great memories. They envision a lot of, you know, spending some quality time with you. This person has seen you as a soulmate or still feels you as a soulmate. Like I said, there's a deep love here, and, you know, underneath all this. And it's like your person's fighting something like, I want things to go back to the way things were, but I don't know if they ever will. And then there could be friends, you know, your person has friends, a Five of Wands, competition, noise, gossip. You've got the block is people around your person that keep causing drama in this situation. So it does feel like you have a block here. Somebody's trying to block you from a person that has love for you, or vice versa. You know, and it feels like there's a sense of jealousy coming through here too. Like maybe you have somebody around you that likes you more than just a friend, and they keep trying to sabotage you being with somebody else. Right, that's coming through. Now your person here, it seems like they're acting cold, and they're acting like they're not caring, and they may be acting like they're not frustrated and, you know, really kind of detached. But the Five of Wands tells a different story. The Five of Wands shows your person is fighting a battle within. It's like, you know, it's a boil in them. You know, if they think that you're, you know, pulling your energy away, they feel like you might be letting go of them as well too. But the challenge is with you is you can't let go of this person either. And there's this thing is, I don't know if we'll ever be able to forgive each other. Can we ever get over this drama? Can we stop fighting? You guys trigger each other. You got a King of Swords here. King of Swords is always going to be right. King of Swords is gonna, you know, King of Swords, and you guys, it's like you guys challenge each other because you have somebody who is about as funny and smart as you, or as smart ass as you. And so it's like you guys push each other's buttons just to see who can, you know, do better. You know, who can say the meanest thing, who can say the cruelest thing, who can say the smartest thing, who can outwit the other. And you both can act very detached. You both can act totally detached. So it feels like, you know, this, but your person here is, it's tearing them up inside. They probably have ulcers. You too, you got the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, I don't know if you have a stomach left. The Six of Cups, the memories you share with this person are going to haunt you, and they're going to haunt this person forever. All right. But the drama between the two of you is, or there's people around you that just, I don't know, there's something going on here. So what does Spirit want you to know? You got the Queen of Wands too. There could be a Queen of Wands. Is there somebody around you with fiery energy, somebody who's dramatic, somebody who needs attention or likes attention, who's causing, it could even be a parent, it could be a friend, it could be a sister. But it just, whenever you got this the fiery energy coming up around, there could be somebody just trying to stir the pot. You know, so right now, the outcome of this situation, I have the High Priestess. So I am seeing here that there could be some space between you and this person. It seems like there's some silence going on, but you both are eyeballing each other. Very stubborn in the corners here, keeping tabs. That this High Priestess here is going to be watching everything you do, asking questions. If you have social media, if you don't have social media, I don't know what you want me. I don't know, you know, but if you have, you know, the ability or a way to see this person's life or what's going on, and they do you guys are going to be spying on each other, trying to keep tabs of everything that's going on. You know, you pay attention to the little signs and synchronicities that are coming up for you with this relationship. I do have an Aries, Leo, Sag, or an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. A lot here. So you and this person definitely signed up for some sort of journey together. And this could be somebody that's coming into your life. So I don't know, you know, they come in all smiley like they're perfect. Don't give me that bullshit. I haven't met one yet. All right, let's see. Oh, yay! You want that prince? You want that princess? You want that soulmate? That magical book story? Aries through Pisces. Aries through Pisces. All right. So completion, receiving a gift. Some of you could receive a gift from this person this week, but I'm also seeing here that there is the word completion. So the finale, the grand finale is coming in. All right. Aries. Ooh, hidden truths coming to the surface with you and an Aries. All right. So this could be the grand finale with you and an Aries. This is where you finally clear the air. All right. So you may be feeling like, what the hell's going on? But you're about to find out. All right. Taurus. All right. An opportunity with a little bit of effort with you and Taurus. It looks like you both, or they really want to try and put the effort in, make it work. Gemini, new and exciting opportunity. So Gemini, some of you might be walking away from everything I just said, or you already have. And this is a completion reading. This is a reading where, it's like, all right, yeah, that did. And now I'm ready to move on. And you have a new and exciting opportunity coming your way. All right, a new person coming into your life. It could be a Gemini. But this also does say that, we have first steps onto a new path. So you and another Gemini could be, looking at each other and saying, let's get away from all this drama and let's, see where we go. Cancer could end up in marriage. All right, 7th house. But there, this card also brings up rivals and enemies and things like that. So this has been a while since something like this came into a reading. So you could be dealing with somebody who's trying to sabotage a situation, and who secretly is jealous of you, or is just not really your friend, not, an enemy around you. So be careful. I mean, it does happen. Some of you with Gemini 12th house, if somebody said that, all right, Gemini 12th house, I think of that. This is where, you don't have a lot of Gemini, but if you have, that calls to me, because this is when hidden truths can come to the surface. So Cancer rising. Leo about to take action towards you. All right, you got them going. All right, you're like the color red for them. Leo is ready to take charge. They can be competitive and can be stubborn, but there's something about you that gets them going. Virgo, you're meant to fulfill your divine contract. All right, you are meant to fulfill your divine contract with a Virgo. So sometimes these contracts are very, very painful. I mean, if you would have told me this during the time I was going through something like that, I would have told you, screw you. But years later, I'm looking back at a relationship that was kind of like that. And I'm like, we're so good now. So we fulfilled it. We got through it. And so that's what I see with a Virgo. Libra, it looks like you guys could be wearing a different hat. This could be marriage between you and a Libra as well, too. Scorpio is all about their money. Scorpio is all about getting their shit together. All right. It's not that they're not into you. They don't care about you, but they are really just trying to take care of business right now. Sagittarius, it looks like you guys are at the right place, right time. It looks like you and a Sagittarius really want to see things expand, grow, and move. Capricorn, lessons with the Capricorn, Saturn energy. And this is, Big Daddy. This is the disciplinarian. All right. So Big Daddy has spoken. All right. So there's been a lot going on between you and a Capricorn, a lot of delays, a lot of tests. But it looks like with this energy of the Saturn, that there's lessons, there's karma here, but there's a beautiful gift at the end when you get to the top of that mountain. Aquarius feels at home with you. All right, so a lot of love here, right? They really want to see where things go with you, and or just know that they feel very comfortable when they're with you. They feel, there's this deeper love. They have strong intuition, and they trust their intuition, and it pulls them towards you. Pisces, you and Pisces opposition. It just means you test each other, you call each other's asses out, you push each other out of your comfort zones, and you got to find some balance. You guys are always going to challenge each other, but this is the dance. It's a dance. And some people may say opposites don't attract, but opposites do attract. But it's work. It takes work, but it can, if you balance, you find that healthy balance, it can become one of the most beautiful relationships. Just pain in the ass to get there. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. Cancer. Oh, wow. I'm going longer than I thought. Oops. All right. Cancer time. Oops. That was wild. I feel like my grandmother's here. Her ring just came rolling towards me. All right. Cancer. I know, it rolled down like smoothly, and nothing ever rolls down that. All right, Cancer. My crabby. I was eating at a restaurant, and I was looking at the king crab. I was like, $100 here for this restaurant, king crabs. I see king crab all the time, and I'm like, damn. And it was probably like for 4 king crabs, like 4 claws. All right, enough. 4 pentacles, 2 of cups, Queen of cups, Cancer. 1, you know what your heart desires. You know what you want. You are not letting go. You are so firm. This is it. Cancer says they want something, and that's it. You got a King of Pentacles underneath you, so it could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You know who you want. And it looks as though you are definitely in a place where you're wanting emotional stability and you're not messing around anymore. All right, you have the 2 of cups, you have the 4 of pentacles. 4 of pentacles is the overall energy, and it's building a foundation with somebody. All right, it's like we've come this far, we've gotten to know each other, we're hanging out, we're doing our thing, and now it looks like, things are starting to settle in here. Something's shifting, something's changing here. We're building together. And the influence is that 2 of cups, is that it seems like you and another person are on the same page. All right. I will say they are standing behind you. They are standing behind you. Right, everybody's looking around like, where's my person? So they're right behind you. They got their eye on you. They know what they want. They're eyeballing you. But it looks like, I just get this feeling like somebody sees you as the prize, sees you as somebody that they would just let you walk right in front of them. Look at this is who I'm with. And you are leading the way. All right. So you have a lot of influence over this person. So even if you're not with them right now, that is what I'm getting from message. You have a lot of influence over this person. And the 4 of Pentacles can tell me that you both have a solid grip on each other. Sometimes that energy right here can slow things down because it's hard to let go of control. And when we try to control the narrative, that is when, things can get a little sticky, because, it's, if something's not organic, it's not going to work. You can't put a square into a circle. So you gotta let this, what I'm getting here is let this unfold organically. All right. You have more influence than you realize. Your energy, Knight of Pentacles. All right. So I am getting this, like, right. So this is where Spirit is saying, you've been persistent, you're hardworking. All right. This is keep slow and steady. That's all I got. Slow and steady. Look at me doing my script, trying to get you to the prize. All right. Your challenge, the Page of Cups. I mean, I just see, you just have this childlike vulnerability and naivety, and you're in love, and you just want to be, impulsive in a way, and you just want to express your love. You just wanted to, to me, it feels like, Cancer, you're like, I don't want to have to be strategic. I just want to be real. I don't want to have to be cautious. It's like, nah, I don't want. You stubborn. All right. I just want to play. I just want to be, I just want to open up my heart. I just want to be able to love and be free and be a kid. I don't want to have to be so serious and held back. I don't want to, I just don't want to have to be so cautious. And maybe you've been in this energy for a while where you just feel like, I just got to constantly watch every move I make, or everything, or paying attention to every detail, thinking about, but that Four of Pentacles, okay, let go of the narrative, right? It just feels like, I know you may want something, the challenge, there could be a child involved. I don't know, somebody could have a kid, and and they're having to deal with their own personal issues with that, or they're just raising their kid, who knows, right? Or there's just no communication. Maybe it just feels like you're having a hard time, somebody won't open up to you, or there's blocked communication. Your person, their energy, the Justice card. All right. So they have a conscience, and they want to be real. They want to be fair. They want to make it right. All right. There is a contract here between you and this person. There's karma, and I'm feeling it. All right. Karma is karma. Every action has a reaction, every action has a consequence, good, bad, the ugly, it doesn't matter. But I do see, all right, that this is somebody here whose conscience is weighing on them. It's like, I want to be real with you. I want to speak to you, and a conscience will be heavy on somebody who really feels deeply for you. Now, if somebody don't give a shit about you, or you're just somebody who's come in and leaves, it's been short-lived, somebody might be like, yeah, I feel bad that I fucked that person over. But they get over it quick. This person's not getting over this. If anything has happened between you and this person, and they weren't authentic with you, their challenge, the Judgment card, look at this, they cannot stop reviewing the past. They may not have been real with you. They were not authentic. They made a decision, and they may have made a decision to kind of hide their true feelings. They could have put work, family, other things. There was a King of Pentacles that showed up here. They definitely could have had, work, their future, their business, their priorities were just not completely on a relationship, and they made this decision, but now they're feeling it. They're feeling the consequences for their decisions they made in the past. All right. It looks like your person seriously wants to, you to reconsider, and renegotiate with them. Can we give this a second chance? Can we try again? I'm really feeling, and with this kind of energy, the Justice, and it's a Libra energy, and the Judgment can be fire. It can also be Scorpio. You've got so much truth here. So when this person comes in, there's going to be no doubt that this person's not being honest with you. I mean, they either had to have had something happen, or they just went through a situation where they got the same treatment, or they thought they were going to have a big win, and it flopped, and now they just feel like, what did I wait? What did I lose for this? And now what do? They look back, and they're like, man, I gave up a certain life I could have had. I gave up, what I had with cancer, if that's the case, for something I thought was going to bring me some sweet success, and it did not. Or it didn't bring, it could have brought them success, but it didn't fulfill them the way they thought it would. All right. So is there any external influence at the moment? I do see the Three of Pentacles. I feel like there could be, some good influence around them right now. It looks like they do have, things working out for them. They may be, trying to work out their problems. They have supportive friends, supportive family, but I do see that there is people around them, and there is this energy of, I really want to make things work. So they could be reevaluating their goals in their life, what they really want, where they want to see things go. And remember, the Four of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, and their influence right now is the Three of Pentacles. So who really has my back? And guess who they think of? You. What does Spirit want you to know? The Seven of Swords. You may be looking at everything and feeling like everything's this is too good to be true. You may not trust them, and you may be not trusting yourself right now. Who knows? You have some trust issues. And, the Seven of Swords is a battle that, is an internal battle for you. You may not trust this person. And it might be about, can you trust this person again? Are you able to open your heart up to this person? And I do see the outcome is the Six of Cups. All right. So expect somebody to reach out to you. I always say expect, because that's just the way you manifest. You expect it. Expect somebody to reach out to you. And we are seeing turning over a new leaf. We're seeing people happy to be together, soulmate energy. Let's see Aries through Pisces. All right, so let's see what I get for each zodiac sign, Aries through Pisces. All right, Aries through Pisces. Your life story has yet unfolded. So although some of you are like, I have been on a long journey, it's one of these amazing moments where when you have what you want, finally, it's going to feel like there was no time between the two of you. All right. It's going to seem like, like nothing. But the thing is when we focus on time so much, things drag, right? Aries got their eye on you, very intense energy, right? Very attracted to you, and a very strong pull towards you, right? So you may, the truth may come out. They may tell you how they feel this week. Taurus showing up as Taurus. Taurus is like Cancer. Come on, you and I, we are like, honestly, there's a few zodiac signs that make the most perfect soulmates. And I believe Cancer and Taurus are one of them. All right. Cancer and Taurus. I used to think, in Sagittarius and Libra and Pisces, Scorpio, but Taurus and Cancer, and they're feeling you. So this is the Empress energy. This is a Taurus that really wants to bring you the good times, the good life, take care of you, and wants to see this relationship grow. Gemini coming in with some conflict. All right, Gemini just feels a tug between the two of you. There's always, something. There's always something. It's like, but there's always something, right? So it's like, ain't that the shit? It's like, come on, you've got me, you pull me in, and then we push each other away again. It's like a constant battle between the two of you. But if you guys can find a balance, and it can't be just, well, if they, I love that one too, because there's always both. It's both. All right. So you got to hear each other out. You guys test each other. You got to hear each other out. And I will have a debate with anybody who wants to debate on some of the things I say like that, who want to be like, nope, it's the other part. I'm the devil's advocate. I love playing the devil's advocate. I will argue for your person all day long and try to switch your perspective of the situation you're in. All right. In a very lovingly, motherly way, of course. But it looks like that's what your Gemini is feeling. All right. And we have Cancer. You've got the Venus energy. Look at this divine love. And Venus is in Libra right now. All right. So this could be a really, really potent time for you right now. Now, it's, at the same time, there's challenges. There's a square here. There's but squares are meant to help us grow. And it feels like you've got love that's been very challenging, but it looks like right now there's something very special forming for you. True love and a relationship forming, and with another Cancer. We have Leo. You got challenges with a Leo too. All right. But they're still in it. They're still in it. They want to push through and stop at nothing to get back to you or to make this work. Virgo, we have dramatic change with the Virgo. All right. You might not even recognize them. I mean, something may be going on in their life, a shift happening. And, so things happen in a new cycle coming in, but you may see that your Virgo sees things differently. Libra sees you as dreamy, attractive, definitely. You've got the wool pulled over them, right? They're in love, right? Libra. But this is the honeymoon period. So you may have a honeymoon period coming in with your Libra. Scorpio, looks like you and Scorpio work well together. You could be wearing a new hat. You could be teaming up. Marriage here. This is a commitment long term. And it also could be, there's just a purpose here in this relationship. That was Scorpio. Sagittarius. Ooh, you got another square with a Sag. Sag is like, come on. I always feel like a toothache here. Like, come on. You know what I mean? But you guys really test each other, but there's a way around this problem. So just be aware that there could be some more challenges coming in, or a confrontation or a power struggle with your Sag, but it doesn't mean it's over. It's just, it's a battle. And sometimes it feels like it's going nowhere. Capricorn, we have Ascendant. All right. So Cap putting themselves together for you, looking good. Maybe they're coming out of a relationship and their eyes are on you. Right? Or they're just wanting this fresh start with you, but they like what they see. You got a Capricorn approaching you. Aquarius working on their money, working on themselves, working on their self-worth, right? Pisces, it looks like you and Pisces have some debts to pay. You guys have a past together, and there's lessons to be learned. It's either we learn them or we don't, and that's the bottom line. It's going to keep repeating itself until we do. But so this is telling me that there is a Pisces, another lesson coming around. All right, take care, Ellie. All right, let's see. All right, so I just wanted to throw a shout out here to Jean. I forgot about this one again, but welcome, member for 16 months. And yes, welcome to all the new members. Appreciate you. All right, I hope you enjoyed that Cancer reading. Let me know if it resonated with you in the comments. Don't forget, the hyping button does help. I love it. You guys have been hyping my videos like crazy. All right. Something's been working. You've been really helping me out. And so you don't have to like it. You can just hype it. Just come in, tell me if it resonated. All right. Let's see, Leo. Leo. I love the membership too, and New Year's will bring a revamp to it too as well, so we can readjust, because as it grows, it's going to be hard to accommodate. That's the thing, is a lot of you have been with me for so long, you got all the goodies and you get readings all the time and everything, but the bigger it gets, it's harder to do that. So we'll figure out some game plan. You know, I'm always good and fair. All right, so Leo, let's see. 115, 15. All right, Leo. Let's see. Leo. Leo. What is going on here in your situation? Hello, Leo, babe. Yeah, I think Archer works pretty hard too. I'm always trying to keep things interesting. I get bored easy. Remember, I that third house, stellium. I have to be growing. I have to be changing. I can't just be a robot. I can't do that. And so that I have to change things up constantly. All right. Leo, let's see what's going on with the person that's in your energy. We will. I love that everybody loves that. Do you know, out of all the collabs I've ever done, that's the one that's asked about the most? All right. High Priestess Leo. Whose eyes are on you, and who do you have your eyes on? All right. You have the High Priestess here. You got the King of Pentacles. You have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Right? Somebody kind of lurking, going, you know, of course they're going to act chill. They're going to act, you know, like everything's cool. And, you know, I've got my mind on my work, mind on my money, you know, but I definitely I've got my mind on you as well, too. All right. So somebody is kind of being secretive about their feelings for you and about, you know, what they really want. Maybe they're just, you know, trying to figure it out. You know, so I'm staying silent right now. I'm just kind of observing you, Leo, observing and seeing. And I like what I see, but you know, I just want to. You got somebody who's definitely not in any rush. That is for sure. All right. You know, they're gonna take their time, watch every little move you make. Maybe they just want to take it all in. You know. All right, you got the Knight of Pentacles too. All right, so this guy's been coming out a lot today, and it just feels like, you know, you're working it, you're doing it, you know, you got it going on, you look good, you know, you look good, you've got your stuff together, you're pulling it together, you know, but it does feel like there's an air of when's it going to come, when's this going to happen, all right, because, you know, sometimes this energy can be like, I love what I'm doing and I like what's going on, but at the same time, I'm tired of pretending that I don't want it to be here already. Like you know, I mean, I work hard, I see results, but I want like some results, you know? So what's the challenge? And I've got the World card, and it does feel like a situation is stagnant. All right. It just feels like I feel like I know that something is here with me in this person. I want to see something bigger come from this relationship. I want to see some movement, and I am getting that. Maybe some of you are, you know, really starting to doubt a situation. Could be with an earth energy. You know, are you, you know, were you expecting more? Were you wanting more by now? You know, so let's see your person, their energy. We got the Empress. All right, obviously somebody looking good. Somebody thinks you look good too. All right, so you got Taurus, Libra energy. And You have somebody who likes it, likes the good. All right. Their challenge, the Eight of Pentacles. I just get procrastination. Somebody kind of leaning back, laying back, doing their thing. Your person, it seems like, um, gets distracted easy, and they like you to come to them. It's like, they want to see you come to them. That's what I got. They over here thinking that they're the like, you come to me. I want to see if I can get you to come to me. So they may be acting like they're not focused on you or paying attention to you, the challenge here. But, the Eight of Pentacles as a challenge can be this person here just gets distracted too easily and is procrastinating. Maybe you're feeling like you want to slow down. You want this person to come to you. So it does feel like you are kind of at a standstill here with this person. Yeah. I think this person likes that you give them attention, but I just don't like that they're acting like they're not as interested. What is the external influence? Anything influencing this? The Moon card. So your person here has feelings for you. Your person manifesting you in. They think about you. But there's also a lot changing in this person's environment, in this person's world. The Three of Wands. Are they moving? Are they thinking about relocating? You know, they can see it working between the two of you, but I think I'm getting there's a hesitancy. It's uncertain with the two of you because I feel like your person here doesn't know if they're going through a transition or going through a relocation or they're leaving a situation. There's this pause between the two of you because they don't know what the future looks like yet, what the future holds yet. So their attention is definitely being pulled from you. Somebody, sees potential here, but there's just a lot changing right now. So it's very unclear where this relationship is going. But what I can see is that this person does like your attention and they do like you coming towards them. But you may feel like this isn't going anywhere because if this is a distance or this has been stuck for a while because somebody's at a distance or you're waiting for somebody to make the move, I just feel like nothing's changing really. Not much is changing right now in this situation. And I have the Temperance card. So you have Sagittarius energy, you have Pisces energy. You have somebody here who has dreamt about a future with you. Somebody here who feels emotionally invested in you. But I'm going to go with their procrastinating on doing what they need to do to make it happen faster. It seems like patience, you're running out of patience. And you just feel like I see myself with this person, but they're just not moving. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. And then I see another side to your person, like they're testing you to see how much you really want this. So the Temperance card to me is basically saying, let this keep rolling out. Don't make a decision just yet. All right. There seems to be more that needs to happen in this relationship. You have a lot of major arcana showing up here. And so some of it is out of your hand. Some of it is out of your person's hand. There's a situation going on here that maybe you feel like they could put more work in. They need to step up. They could do this, but they're not. But to me, over here, the Empress, it feels like this person feels like they're doing everything they can. So I don't know. You've got the High Priestess. It may feel like things are quiet. It may feel like, silence, like, maybe even a block. Maybe somebody's being secretive. But behind the scenes, I'm seeing positive movement. It's just too unclear right now. Your person's kind of changing constantly. And there, whether it's a fear of the unknown or a fear of movement or a fear of commitment, which is holding this person back, it still is not determining, it's still not saying that this person does not want something with you. All right. And I see an earth energy. They see you as somebody who could potentially be a long-term partner. Let's see. You got Pisces here too, and Virgo. Let's see Aries through Pisces. All right, Leo, Aries through Pisces. All right, so we have Capricorn energy showing up, and that was that King of Pentacles type of energy here. So somebody is serious about you, you know, and I just hard working, I'm getting, and I'm seeing don't give up yet. There's just there's a slow and steady aspect to this. There's something changing. Aries sees a blessing here with you. All right. You're a blessing in disguise. And there's something fully manifesting with you and an Aries. All right. This is the two of you really, there's something about this connection that you guys are able to come together and let go of everything from the past and just move forward. You really help each other out, or will. Taurus, same thing. I have a conjunction with a Taurus. It looks like you and a Taurus, you know, you join in forces. Sometimes a conjunction can be very powerful and too much sometimes, but at the same time, it's like you work perfectly together. And so it looks like the moment is coming in when you and a Taurus just finally get it together, or finally come together. Gemini wants to talk, right? They got you on their mind. We see lots of communication coming in. And it's, you know, thinking with your head over your heart. So Gemini and you may need to just sit down and let's talk things out, not get emotional about it. Cancer, all right? Cancer is like, let's go, right? Cancer is ready for this, Leo. You know, we have this fire energy. We have this fun, being open-minded. So some good, fun energy coming in with your Cancer. Leo, you have Cancer energy, all right? So it looks like you and a Cancer really kind of on the same page right now, all right? But Leo feels comfortable with you. Another Leo feels at home with you. You guys are very emotional about each other. We have, thank you. No problem. Have a good day, sweet Stacy. We have Virgo, challenges with Virgo, but they know they need to take action. All right, so you got a Virgo stepping up to the plate. Libra, bringing same old with you, all right? You guys have a history together. There's a past. You know, you both are, it just seems like you both bring out the worst in each other, but yeah, you both are comfortable with each other. So we've got to figure out what this karma is, what this lesson is, and, you know, move on past it. So it seems like unfinished business between you and a Libra. Scorpio, romantic feelings here. I love this card. You and Scorpio, like, let's get it on. Let's go have some fun. I could watch out though. We got children here too, but we're seeing some dating coming in with a Scorpio. Sagittarius in their feelings for you. All right, they're feeling good. All right, so it looks like you and a Sagittarius might be making some nightly visits to each other. You feel very comfortable with each other. Capricorn's got their eye on you too. So Capricorn is feeling the fire, feeling the passion with you. So it looks like taking action towards you. Aquarius has their mind on you, but this can also be overthinking, and, you know, they're studying you, all right? Paying attention to everything. That's like the High Priestess energy. Pisces, looks like you and Pisces are making it work. Something's happening between the two of you where you're just on the same page and you're like, look, we get along, we got this, you know, I got your back, let's make it happen. So something is developing between you and a Pisces. All right. Take care to the ones that are leaving right now. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Please hype it. Come back and hype the video. Yes, thanks, Angel. All right, we have my Virgos. Right? I thought I did Virgo by the water when I was on my trip, and I missed Virgo, and I went straight to Libra and Virgo. I got your video. It's up there. All right. 131. Let's see. All right, Virgo. Where's my Virgos? My Virgoliciouses. Let me get some coffee here. All right, Virgo. Yes, you're welcome. I really thought I did your reading. I did not mean to miss Virgo. You guys know I wouldn't, you know. I know, I saw. It'll be out this weekend. Remember, the boxes are handmade, so they got to breathe a day or two. I will have your candles out. Some are going out tomorrow, and some will be out on Sunday. Yes, if you guys want, I'm running low on the candles, so make sure you check out the candles. I think you got the last Virgo and the last Libra's done. I think Leos are done. These are one of a kind, only ones I'm making of these kinds. So Virgo, let's see what's going on with my Virgos right now, the energy. What's going on with your person? Woo, Virgo. The devil. Who else got the devil? Somebody got the devil right out the gate earlier. And your person, you've got them working overtime. You got them tied to you. There's a very strong, situation going on between you and another person. You both are kind of bound to each other. And how do we overcome this? How do we break these chains? Does it have to be like this? There's a lesson coming up for both of you. You have a King of Pentacles underneath this, Virgo. And you can be dealing with somebody who's very, very selfish, stubborn, jealous. Maybe a very jealous energy. It can also be just very greedy, selfish energy. They want what they want, and they want you. All right. It's like they are very tied to you, but you've got somebody here who can be, tied to the 3D reality. They let everything get to them, everything bother them. They're being ruled by society, social media, life in general. They need to connect, right? It seems like your person's getting a little bit lost here. And the Six of Cups, though, it's like they can't let go of you. They are definitely obsessed with you. Somebody is not letting go of my Virgo. And I think you had something like this yesterday. Look at this Hermit card. This is why when the readings, the individuals, you had something like this. I think I switched the title a little bit, but you had the high road. You've got to take the high road, right? Is that what happened yesterday? Yesterday's reading? You got to show your person the way. You got to show your person the way. All right. Now, there's nobody like you in this person's life, but you've experienced this. It seems like you've been on a path with this person. But this year for my Virgos is very spiritual. This is the year of the Hermit. And it's also like you're going through so many changes this year as like spirituality, like you want something deeper, connecting. You can have a soulmate in your life, but you know, you're maybe fighting somebody here because they're trying to keep you in the old story. They are so sucked into the negative, dark energy. And you're like, babe, come on, get out of this. Come up here with me. We don't need to keep doing this. And the thing about it that I'm feeling with your person is that that's why they're attached to you, because of your light, because of where, you know, what you bring to them. But they are sold by every little problem that can happen in this world, everything triggering this person, and control issues. You got somebody who has control issues. All right. So let's see you. The Queen of Pentacles. Look at this, the King and Queen of Pentacles. This is your person. It's just in this timeline right now, you got somebody here that's got some heavy energy. This is your person. The two of you have been tied up in some entanglement, tied up in some karma here. You guys are obsessed with one another. You're tied to each other, but there is a, how do we get out of this story? How do we turn over this and make a different, you know, narrative? How do we do this? All right. There's forgiveness. You automatically forgive this person no matter what this person says or does. And this person here, you know, is starting to think they can take you for granted. You know, so if they do go silent on you, or they do pull away, or they do get angry with you, or, you know, and you're like, what the hell did I do? There's something about this connection where they're like, I know Virgo will forgive me. Right? You know, because you may have been married in a past life. You obviously have some strong connection with this person. Maybe you are together now. Maybe you were together. You got the King and Queen of Pentacles. The thing about the King and Queen of Pentacles is the shadow side to the King and Queen of Pentacles is possessiveness, is jealousy, is greed, is overworking, is caring about money and possessions more than spirituality. Thinking that, we got to have certain things to look good, or have certain things to feel good. And your person, it looks like you, Virgo, you've learned your lesson. You're like, no, I'm done with this. I can't do this anymore. So, but maybe you're the one. Look at the Five of Swords here. All right. It looks like you're throwing in the towel, like mentally, especially. You're like, I just can't keep fighting this anymore. But the Temperance card and the Judgment card is telling me that you might be this huge moment for you. This moment for you when you decide to just take that different road, right? And you're like, I'm not chasing this again. I'm not doing this again. It's just, you've learned too much. You cannot go, once you're awakened, you cannot go back into sleep mode just because your person won't shift. And you want them so bad. But what you can do is trust in divine and trust that you guys were together for a reason. You may have this guy, you walk away, you may have this guy or woman or whoever, really reviewing their life. This time, this moment in time, this Temperance card, this person reevaluating with the Judgment card, really looking at the choices they've made in life, and then finally seeing what they're losing by what they're choosing if you're walking away. So yours just really, You got a lot of energy there. You, the Wheel of Fortune. So you're taking your chances. I get this, but you are on a karmic wheel and you've got to jump off it. You've got to learn your lesson. Your person will follow. All right, your person will follow. Your challenge, though, I just got the chills for you, Virgo. I mean, you love this person. You've seen marriage, you've seen life. You may just are, this could have been your one instantly. All right, so this is very hard for you. And it really is about taking this risk and trusting in divine, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, letting go and saying, you know, it's like, it can't get any worse than this. If this is the case, if this is the bondage, you know, this person, it keeps, you know, you guys going around. I mean, once you let go and you've got to value yourself and know that somebody's going to go, wait a minute, I cannot lose my Virgo. It might take a little bit of time. You can't sit there with binoculars, you know, I mean, magnifying glass. But your person, Queen of Cups, you have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Their challenge is the Page of Swords. All right. So this person here does not open up easily. They do not express their emotions. They do not know how to trust their intuition. All right. They go against their intuition. And they're also very jealous. They may look at everything you say or do or want you and get jealous over everything you do. All right. So I can see a spying type of energy and this person here holding back. They have a hard time expressing their true emotions to you. It rattles them. But a little bit of space with this person to give them some time to really think about, you know, their feelings, process their feelings for you. They need to do a little soul searching is what I'm getting. What's the external? Is there any external influence with this person? I see the Three of Pentacles. I just see a lot going on, a lot of responsibilities. Maybe they work with a lot of people. They just have big family, or, you know, they're always working, always fixing, always doing something. But I just see there's a lot going on around them. It seems a lot of support too, and a lot of people, but I'm not seeing anything that can't be fixed or anything that cannot work itself out. Can I have clarity? Eight of Swords. So your person just may be feeling overwhelmed with their responsibilities. They have a lot. It seems like maybe they are the leader or they're in charge of a group, or they've got to always keep things together. They've got to fix things. They got to make the money. Maybe they work a couple jobs and or they're just always holding it together. You know, the Eight of Swords can be somebody here who just feels like they're, you know, things aren't getting better for them. They're always working, always doing something, always worrying about something. Everything's always urgent, you know, and they're always in this, they cause a lot of their own problems is what I've got. They cause a lot of their own stress, own issues. All right. What does Spirit want you to know? Three of Wands here. You got threes coming in for you. You just, you know, this is here is focusing on the positive. I know that's such a cliche, shitty thing to say, you know, when you get such a deep reading, but it's like the Three of Wands says, Virgo, have you been doing everything that you know that you possibly can do? It looks like the Hermit card. You've been taking the high road. You've been trying to do the very best. If you really believe that you've been doing everything that you can possibly do, then this is where the divine says that the Wheel of Fortune, you've got to let go of the wheel and know that your ships are coming in. It will work itself out. It's just somebody else needs to catch up here. They didn't get the memo. Possible outcome is the Hierophant, right? So I am seeing here leveling up in a relationship. Your person may be going through some sort of lesson here, needs to go through the lesson, and you cannot fix them and enable them, right? But I can see a deeper level, higher level of commitment coming in with you and this person due to whatever's going on. Whoa. Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, all right? You have air and water. I mean, everybody here. So let me take a look at Aries through Pisces. Woo! Aries through Pisces. I know, I'm still breathing. Ooh. Somebody, I'm telling you, the second one, you guys. Virgo. This is a deep year for you. A deep year for you. I was just talking to my son who's a Virgo, and I just had a deep conversation with him. It's a deep year for you guys. You're going through some major hermit shit, hermit magic, change, transformation. Aries, second house. All right. Aries is about money. Aries is about work. Aries is about their possession. All right. So it doesn't mean that this can't go somewhere. It's just nowhere. You know, you got somebody who's got their mind on their work, money all the time, and it's eventually it can get tiring. Taurus, Saturn energy. You and Taurus here have got a lot of lessons to learn, but it's worth it in the end. All right. So you guys, there could be some limits that are keeping you guys kind of, you know, testing you right now. Gemini, once in a lifetime energy, blue moon, right? You got the blue moon, and once in a lifetime opportunity. The impossible is possible. All right. And I am seeing something so rare in this relationship. All right. So there is a journey here, and this could even be a new Gemini coming into your life, but you never know what the distance has to be, what the lesson has to be. I mean, we all got some shit we got to work through, but we have this coming in for you. Cancer, you and Cancer, very spiritual connection. It looks like you guys could be going on a new adventure together. It could lead to a potential marriage. Leo, all right, Leo and you destined to be together, but it doesn't mean it's not going to come with its challenges. All right, you guys could be coming into alignment, you know, kind of you getting over some challenge. Virgo, 8th house. Look at this transformation. All right. Look at this transformation. You are going through it, Virgo, and your Virgo is too. Virgo, sun, moon, rising. All right. I want you guys all find those sun, moon, rise placements. Plus the collective, you know, but intense. Look at this 8th house energy, intense energy that's coming through for you. You and another Virgo, there's an obsession, there's an intensity, there's a bondage between the two of you, but obviously you guys are here to help elevate each other, help each other ascend. Libra, all right, nothing is set in stone with the Libra. Things are still changing, all right? So just kind of go with the flow with your Libra right now. Libra's like, oh, isn't that cliche too, right? You just got to go with the flow. You know, Libra don't know what the hell either. They're changing as well. Scattered energy. Scorpio, passion with a Scorpio. Right, the fire getting started with you guys. Things could really move fast. Sagittarius, we're seeing healing. You have Chiron energy. All right, so this can be deep with you and the Sag. All right, you know, something that's coming up, you know, it's working through it, but the healing is the most important, and you guys can make amends. Capricorn's all about you. They want you. They want your attention. It seems like they're taking action towards you, right? They might start being a little bit more talkative. Aquarius, challenging energy with an Aquarius, but it's challenging you to learn how to compromise. You guys frustrate each other. It's just minor adjustments and things could work with you and your Aquarius. Pisces is all about you. All right. So some travel coming in with the Pisces. Things are about to change. All right. I just had a huge discussion with my Virgo son. He's going to Japan, and him and his long-term girlfriend broke up this year, just like a lot of Virgos went through some breakups this year. And even he was questioning it last night. He's like, Mom, I was having a dream, and I'm like, you both just need to do your thing right now. And it's funny because she's a Gemini. And I'm like, if you guys are meant, you guys will come back together. There's just so much, so much that's happening. All right. Let's see. Libra, Libra, Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. All right. All right. Libra's like, because I can. All right, Libra. Happy birthday, Libra. That's why I did it. Like, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. And Libra, because think about it. Libra's the pretty one. Libra's the one with, the gracefulness. You got Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. And Libra over here going, do I not? Should I not? Can I? Yes, I can. All right. Or maybe not. Right. I got the Page of Swords just flew out. All right. So we do see, questioning things, some communication. You could have an air sign. I know how to do that. I'm a Scorpio. I know how to do that for everybody. We have the Six of Cups that just flew out too. So we do have a really lovely energy here. So I am going to start your reading off with somebody really wants to connect with you. Somebody really wants to know how, you feel. Somebody really wants to tell you how they feel, so this can even be somebody wanting to reach out to you. If you're thinking about reaching out to somebody, this could be a really good time for you to reach out. Remember, when I say things like that, you got to feel it. You got to be like, yeah, I've been thinking about reaching out to so-and-so. Maybe I should stop procrastinating. All right, stop second guessing myself, and go for it. But if you just did 15 times in the middle of the night and you haven't heard, it's a different kind of, vibe. You know what I mean? But I am seeing some lovely messages coming in, and I'm seeing some beautiful, memories, maybe talking, reminiscing, a conversation coming in, reminiscing about the past, reminiscing about where things can go. Somebody may be coming back around saying, hey, let's try this out. Let's see what's going on. Maybe we were friends in the past and maybe we're both single. Who knows, right? So just take it. It's just a random prediction coming through. But I have an Aries energy, bottom of the deck, and we're seeing here the Emperor wanting to really kind of build some foundation with you. I want to get everything. I want everything to feel solid. I want to build something here. Make something sturdy. Not playing any games. And I have the Five of Swords underneath here, so there could be an air of confusion. Your person, kind of questioning things. Do you guys have different viewpoints, different has there been some confusion, arguments, frustrations, not seeing eye to eye about what that foundation looks like? What do we do here? But I am seeing this person still wants to build something with you, wants to make some sort of peace, wants to make it work. All right, Aries energy. Your energy right now, the Sun card. All right, so you've got a beautiful aura coming through. All right, hey, I'm like, maybe people reading into you too much, you just do. You might, I was watching, I've been studying my yoga instructor because I didn't realize she was a Libra, and I was watching her again today too. And it's funny because I started realizing that, she's she knows how to be on point for everybody when everybody talks to her. But you can tell something's on her mind because she's kind of just, thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking all over the place. But it doesn't mean that she's really overly worried about everything that's going on. But if you ask her in the moment, it'll seem like it. But to other people, if she tells you what she's thinking, you're going to take it and run with it. But it might be just a momentary thought, and she'd forget about it in a minute. You know what I mean? But you got a lot on your mind. All right, people read into you a little bit too much. You'll forget about something you said 10 minutes later. You can just see so many different perspectives. But you got a sun energy, and this is telling me that there's this renewal. There's this, you just went through your season. I'm not going to take it from you. I'm a Scorpio. I'm trying to rush I'm already going, but you got the torch all the way to the end of the month. All right. So, this is celebrating your birthday. This is a new solar year for you. All right. A new solar year. So you should be feeling really good right now. And if anybody's trying to, to damper or to mess with your energy, shine, shine, shine. But what's your challenge? 7 of Cups. What? You've got so much on your mind and you're questioning everything, and it's hard for you. Again, this just feels cliche, but generally it is true. All right. And I've already started my birthday. All right. We have there's this fear of missing out, Libra. This is my card. This is on my birthday. This is an energy of Scorpio. It's the card of my birthday. It's funny. I'm really trying to take it from you. But this is FOMO. I'm so afraid of commitment because, I have all these things I want. What if I do this and then I can't do that? Or, what if something changes? But if you don't choose something, you're not going to get anything. I've kept myself in limbo for so long because I couldn't make a choice. And it's just a fear of commitment. It's a fear of commitment. Like I'm waiting for something. I'm waiting for some magical moment to come in, and it's not going to come in. And then you look, 3-4 years goes by, and you don't have anything. You're in the same place. So this is what the challenge, this whole year coming up for you, because you're going through a solar return, really might be challenging you. I see blessings. You have blessings around you, and you have opportunities coming in. But this is going to be a year where you've got to finally step into your power and grow, make these choices, allow things to happen, choose one, choose something. Don't go back and forth to protect yourself, to keep yourself safe, because that's an energy too of, I don't want to make a decision just yet because that means that I'm going to have to be held accountable, and this is going to be a little bit, some of you, this might go over your head, but when you're doing this, your person is going to reflect your energy back to you. So if you're flip-flopping like this, your person's going to flip-flop, and then you're going to say, look, my person can't make a decision. My person has a fear of commitment. It's really you. It's really you. And then you're going to manifest these problems into the relationship. So enough of that. But anyways, happy birthday. Your person, the Fool card, it looks like your person's ready to take a leap of faith. Right? You've got an Aries energy. You've got a young energy. You've got a beautiful sun energy. You got a Fool energy. You have a new beginning energy here. This is revitalizing, renewing, bringing life back to a situation. So it looks like this could be happening with you and another person. Now, remember, you had the Page of Swords and you had the 6 of Cups. This could be a childhood friend. This could be somebody coming back into your life. This just could be you and the person that's on your mind right now, just finally, deciding to connect. Take a step back, the Six of Cups, allow love in, be in the moment. Be in the moment. You're challenged, the Seven of Cups. If you're constantly trying to manifest in the future, or you're thinking about the future, you're not living in the moment. And so you're trying to be over prepared. You're constantly trying to be prepared for something that you don't even know if it's going to come. What if this thing that's coming in, the thing that's flying through the sky, is an alien ship? What if when it lands, we're being all taken to another planet, right? And we don't know whatever happens. So you might not have the opportunity here. Be in the moment. Your person's challenge, the Justice card, right? So it looks like your person is also challenged with, being real. They're not feeling stable. They're not feeling like, maybe a fear of commitment. This can be a fear of commitment as well too. Your person may be afraid to commit to you. All right. And they're not being 100% real with you. And the thing is until you make a decision about what it is you really want, and you allow yourself to be vulnerable and just express yourself, and this could be flip-flop. Your person's going to keep flip-flopping back on you, but it looks like your person really does want a commitment. You're somebody that they see themselves with. Any external influence, person, place, or thing affecting this? I'm seeing money. There could be money. There could be friends. There could be, do I want to be more than friends? Are we just friends? You have the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles showing up. This was always my true soulmate. Respect, and love, mutual admiration. But if the influence is the Six of Pentacles, it could be, do we want to be more than friends? Is this more than just friends? Can you see yourself with this person? Is that the challenge? Do I want more? Right? There is a strong friendship here. There is a strong soul connection here. And there's an attraction, but the influence could be that. Any clarity? I have the Ace of Wands, right? So it just, is this more than just friendship? It looks like it could be. The Ace of Wands is passion. So what does Spirit want you to know? The Strength card. All right, this is buckling down. You've got the courage. That's it. Courage and heart. You got to have courage to make a choice and to go after what you want. Make that choice. Do it. And the outcome here, we have the Hermit card. So this can be taking a new path, stepping up and going down a new road, right? Experiencing a new journey. And or this could be you retreating and deciding to go your own way until you figure out exactly what you want. But it's up to you. But this tells me it's really about reflecting, going within and finding out your answers and choosing a new path. All right. Somebody wants to build a future with you, but you guys are reflecting back and forth this dance. Virgo energy, Leo energy, Libra, this person here is seeing you as the challenge. Fool energy, it seems like they are willing to jump in, but their challenge, could be you in a fear of commitment. Let's see, Aries through Pisces. Happy birthday. Yes, yours went a little bit deep too, but it is your birthday. All right, Aries through Pisces, and then I will take a quick 2-minute break after Libra. I'll be right back, and Start with Scorpio. It could be they think you don't trust them, Libra. Do you not trust them? Look at the Six of Cups. I just pulled out and I got the Six of Cups here too. So you got somebody, you know, this. All right, let's go. Earth energy. Somebody wanting to bring stability to a relationship. Are we ready to bring stability to the relationship? Aries. It looks like astrological transits are favoring you and Aries at this time. All right. And so whatever you're going through with an Aries, it looks like, you know, let's try and talk it out, walk it out, work it out, whatever, you know, things could really turn in your favor. Taurus. Taurus is fixed, stubborn, stay in power. They're not letting go of their opinion. They're not letting go of their answer. It doesn't mean that this is over, but you are dealing with a very stubborn energy with the Taurus. All right. Stand firm, though. It's saying that you need patience with this one. All right. They're not giving up, but they're not giving in. Gemini dreaming about you. Gemini definitely sees a future with you, all right, too, but they're also confused about where things are going. Cancer, your soul has returned to learn many lessons with a Cancer, all right, so it is not over until, you know, the lessons are whatever it is you signed up for. Leo wants to talk. Leo is like, hey, expect some chattiness from a Leo. I wanted to get together. You guys might end up going somewhere. Leo. Virgo. All right, new and exciting opportunity coming in with the Virgo. So this could even be a new Virgo coming into your life. Remember, all these readings can be somebody new coming into your life. Focus on the new. A relationship with the Virgo could be transcendent. You could be taking a whole new path with the Virgo. Libra, you have the 6th house. All right, so this is, you know, meditation, health, focusing on your health right now, focusing on your daily routine. You and another Libra could be intertwining your schedules. You might be changing things, working things out, and trying to see more of each other. Scorpio, dramatic change. So it may be completely different this week with a Scorpio. All right. There could be, you know, something is changing in the way they think. They may be a breakup, makeup, who knows? Something had to happen in order for an awakening to happen. All right. So there could be major transformation with a Scorpio, but a new cycle coming in. Whether that means, you know, you guys are going your own ways or you're redoing something. The Tower. Sagittarius, taking action, right? Very attracted to you, sees a future with you. Capricorn, you and Capricorn can end up in a long-term relationship, all right? Working together too as well. Aquarius, a new start with an Aquarius. Universe put them in your path for a reason. And Pisces is on fire, very passionate about you, finally taking action and having the courage to step up. All right. So you guys, the chemistry is real. Expect some movement with a Pisces. All right. Hello. All right. Give me 2 seconds and I will be, well, 2 minutes. I'm going to go to the restroom real quick, take a quick teeny break to do a reset, and then we'll come back in with Scorpio. All right. Got to prep for Scorpio. Have you guys ever heard of methylene blue? It's the stuff that RFJ K Jr. takes. Lots of energy. I just got some. It's for your mind. It's for I'm taking I just started it. I just started taking it. I'm going to let you know. I think it's a miracle. Yesterday and today, I just started with 10 drops. And I mean, but I am feeling a lot of energy right now. But I think it's also I've got a lot of energy because I was driving for so long. And I'm back in but I'm telling you, I know Breaking Bad. I know I heard about it on Joe Rogan about a year ago, and I've been hearing about it for so long that I was like, for attention and for the long COVID symptoms and everything else, and I'm trying not to drink as much caffeine anymore because I was getting hooked on. Even though it's vegan, amino acids and pre-workout in the morning. And I'm really giving this a shot. And I don't know, yesterday and today, I just feel like, and it's supposed to be regenerating cells. It's just, I'm going to let you know, I'm only doing 10 drops, 5 milligrams. But I was just wondering if anybody else had tried it or was doing it or anything like that. All right, Scorpio 212. I hope it is too, Lori. I'm telling you right now, I will promote it if it's I want to take you get it online, but Better Life, there's only 3 factories that make it in the United States that are worth it. So look at Joe Rogan's channel. Mine is, I don't know, I think it's Better Life, something like that. I'll have to let you know. I don't have the bottle here, but I got it from one of their ads. There's a lot of hype around it, but yeah, you have to ask about it. Hello, Shell Bell. It took me a while to finally do it, but I finally said, you know what, it's a hype, but let's see, and I'll let you know. But it's day 2, and I'm telling you, I think there's something to this. Yeah, that was my thing, a reputable source. All right. Hello. Let's do this, Scorpio. We're getting ready. Getting ready for our season. Feeling good. All right. Yeah, the 7 of Wands energy. So it looks like your person's got something to say to you. The energy of, you challenge this person, Scorpio. You challenge this person. You may frustrate this person. There's only a Scorpio. I don't think that, you frustrate them, all right? And maybe you know it. They might push back at you. They might put their walls up. They might get, a little testy. Who else got this? Right? But I'm telling you, I'm going to throw this little disclaimer in there right now. Mercury and Mars are in Scorpio right now, so watch your stingers, and just be careful what you say right now, because it's not that you're not right. We know the Scorpio, you're gonna get right to it, but it's about how you say it, right? So this person may feel on guard with you, may feel a little defensive, like they're being attacked, like when you say something, because I get mad when people say it to me. I'm like, what? I'm just telling you the truth. I'm sorry if I'm intense. Jeez, but to them, it's like you're coming at them like, fangs out and everything. All right. So it could be something like that. And you might be like, I'm in a great mood. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Right. That's because we're used to the intensity. We're used to the energy. But, the thing is, though, is that if you contain too much of your feelings and you repress your feelings too much, so I'm going to tell you the flip side of this. Be careful, because you cannot tuck what you need to say. So if you sting somebody this week and sometimes it is what it is. Maybe it was meant to be. All right. It's meant to be, because I know I repress a lot of things. So if you catch me off guard, I always tell people, don't come up behind me. Don't come up behind me. All right. Because, that's just whatever happens from there, what is it? I plead the fifth. Right. So just be aware of it. That's all I'm saying. Your person is feeling maybe a little bit on guard, though, right? It doesn't mean that you're not right, but I am seeing you little feisty, you feisty one. I mean, so they also like this about you too. So let's like throw this out there as well too. So they love your attitude. They love your intensity. They just don't like it when you take it out on them or when you're right. All right. That's the thing. All right. They get mad. So when you are right, and if somebody pushes back at you and gets more, do you ever notice that when you're right, somebody gets more pissed off, or they find a reason that you did something wrong just so they don't have to deal with the fact that you were right about something? That game shit's got to go, because we're going into our season. And so we're seeing here that there's not going to be any of that. This isn't the time. So I'm just warning cross watchers. Your Scorpios might be a little bit spicier and a little bit feistier. You know, but you got fire energy. You got somebody here, though, that admires that energy about you, just doesn't like it when it comes at them. So your energy, look at you. What, me? I'm looking good. I'm feeling it. This is my birthday coming up, and you have the Ace of Wands. You've got somebody on your mind. You know what you want. And this here is Scorpio. You got the Ace of Wands, and this is saying you have very strong manifesting power, especially when you're going into your season, right? The energy is on your side, right? So work it, make it happen. If you're finding yourself, falling into the depths of hell, or the darkness, or dark thoughts, or negative thoughts about things and stuff like that, it's like pull yourself up, pick yourself up. All right, you've got some power here. What is your challenge? The Hanged Man, patience. You feel stuck, you're not quite sure where things are going, and when you get impatient like this, you get tired of waiting for something to happen, you may push for action. You may push to, you may want to make something happen faster. And this is where, you may push too much, and somebody may push back at you. So just be ready for the pushback. It doesn't mean you won't get what you want. Just be ready for the pushback. Right? It seems like you don't like being stuck and you want something to change. All right. The only problem is that you may be wanting something, but it's not, you've got to let it change at the same time, because it's not going to be the same way it was before. Like if you want somebody to come back in, you can't expect everything to be exactly the way it was before. All right, your person, 6 of Wands. So you've got somebody who's ready to meet you you're dealing with somebody who's just as strong as you are, right? So you have some power struggle here. You got competition. But the thing is that you guys could really make things happen. This person's very attracted to you. They like what they see with you. They like the energy. You have met your match, though. So you've met your match, and if you push too much at this person is going to push back at you and will back up. They're not afraid of you that way. All right. But at the same time, if you back up or they push at you or they attack you, you're going to do the same thing to them. All right. So it really feels like you are being tested, or you're testing each other right now. Your person's challenge is the King of Swords. They think they're right about everything too. And they're not. They don't know if they can trust you. They also detach easily, or they act like there's an ego here. There's ego here between you and this person. You both have ego, and you both are very confident in yourself, and you're both very smart. You're both very successful, and you both can be prideful, and nobody likes to admit they're wrong, or nobody wants to be vulnerable. Nobody wants to speak their truth. So somebody's putting on a show. Somebody's putting on a show for you. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. What's the influence? 5 of Pentacles. All right. Somebody's afraid to let you down. Somebody's trying to act more confident, and they're acting aloof, and they're acting kind of detached from you. And I don't know if, there's been something that was said, an argument, or somebody was attacked or felt attacked. Maybe you thought you were just being playful. I don't know. You might not even realize this, but your person feels like they let you down. And I do think that your person always feels rejected by you. Right? Feels rejected by you. But they're not going to let you know that. They get their heart on guard. They protect themselves. So this is somebody that puts on a great show. Right? Any clarity on this? The Fool card. Okay, so your person here, regardless of anything, still wants to see where things go with you. I do feel like your person is acting like they're letting something roll off their shoulders, but something's really bothering them. The way you said something to them, the way you argue with them, or what you're saying when you say things, Scorpio, might be hitting this person a little bit deeper than you think. I hope this is hidden, you guys. I hope this is hidden someone. Because it's the intensity and the passion within what you say. So you tell somebody how you feel sometimes, and the passion and the intensity, it really hits somebody deep, and it really can shame somebody too. It makes somebody feel really bad. But your person is still, they might be acting like it's not bothering. They want to see where it goes with you. You have Aries energy. All right. So somebody acting stronger than they are. Now, what does Spirit want you to know? The Magician card here. All right. You can make this work, but it is all about what you're saying, what you're doing, and making it work. All right. This person here is on the same frequency as you. You have met your match with somebody. But this is going to challenge you when it comes to the way you express yourself, and the way you talk or defend yourself, or what you say, or how you confront this person. You guys have some sort of ego battle with each other over who's right. It's like two chiefs in charge. Gemini energy. How is this going to turn out? What's the outcome? I do see the 3 of Wands, and this is the learning period with you and this person. You guys are destined to move forward and see where things are going. But right now, the challenge is the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is here for a reason, and you're stuck in this position for a reason, because this person is meant to move forward with you, but you guys have got to deal with some sort of confrontation that you're dealing with. Put down the guns, put down the guards, and it looks as though take a step back, because you influence a person more than you think. Somebody has deep feelings for you, and your words sting like the archer, but arrows right to this person's pride and heart at times. And even if this is a new relationship, this person may not be letting you know how much they really like you, right? They're not used to being as open as you are and as extroverted as you are. And you may be misreading this. You're so confident, you the way you talk, especially when you're passionate, you might be intimidating this person, but yet they're strong enough to act like they can take it. So let's see Aries through Pisces. Aries through Pisces. I mean, it's good if you want it to be good. I mean, it's your tool, it's your weapon. But if you're trying to get with somebody and you're trying to make something work, it sometimes works against you. You know what I mean? All right, Aries through Pisces. All right, your guides are helping you. All is well. So maybe there is just a little bit of a lesson in here for Scorpio. All right, and grounding, stability. All right, so let's see Aries. Hidden truths coming to the surface. All right, so unwanted change. It looks like an Aries may be confessing. Taurus asking for forgiveness. Things may have gotten out of hand. All right. But there looks like changes. You need to make changes. Keep trusting. Remember, Taurus is your opposite sign, Scorpio. And right now, you guys, the energies, there's going to be a pull. There's going to be, a struggle. But this is where you find a balance. It can it can be a harmony, complete harmony. So adjustments are needed. Keep trusting and it will work itself out. Gemini, trust your feelings with a Gemini. The feelings are there. You guys have an emotional connection. All right. Cancer, Taurus energy. All right. So Cancer, there's something growing, something manifesting between you and a Cancer. There's definitely love. They really care, very possessive. Leo. All right, so we also see something growing with you and a Leo. You're manifesting a Leo into your life. They're trying to manifest you. Virgo, once in a lifetime with a Virgo. All right, so an opportunity coming in. You and Virgo. It says the impossible is possible. Libra, surrender and go with the flow. All right. Sometimes you just got to let go and see what happens. All right. We're trying to force it or make it work or make it fit. It's not going to happen. Scorpio, I see challenges for you, and I have push through and stop at nothing at the same time as break through old blocks and patterns. All right. So I do feel like you are being a little challenged right now, but it's nothing that you will break through this, right? Whatever that Hanged Man is, whatever this is that you need to figure out. I feel like this is you doing the work. This is a very strong moment for you in a relationship. Maybe an awareness to how potent and how effective you really are, or how much you really mean to somebody else, and what kind of influence you really do have in a relationship that you might be unaware of. Sagittarius, all in their feelings. Look at this. Sag thinking about you. You could be spending the night with Sag. Capricorn taking charge. All right. They're ready to initiate and see where things go. Aquarius, we have wanting to come home, wanting to make a home with you. They love your energy. I love your energy. Pisces, we have opposition with you and a Pisces as well too. So this, even though you both water, there's still a little bit of calling each other out or finding some sort of harmony. There's a challenge going on between the two of you. They may feel constantly pushed by you. All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we could have a whole podcast on this topic that I just brought up. I don't even know why it came out. Why it came out in this reading, but definitely could have, because it's like this is where the misunderstood of a Scorpio comes out, and why Scorpios tend to repress or pull their energies away, and then they get called secretive and sneaky and withheld and reserved, and it's like we can't win. It's like, but our personality traits, the passion, the intensity, when we do express, we've got to watch out. We have to put you first before we put ourselves first, because we can't be ourselves, because it could hurt you. It really is. But as you heal and you learn to work with your own personality and your own, and you put yourself around people that are healing as well, you learn to, this is where, you work through things, you talk things out, and you figure things out. When you're around unhealthy people, or you're an unhealthy Scorpio, you can't explain and nobody will talk to you. So you don't work things out. All right, you guys are like, great, thank you. Next. All right. My experience, okay? All right, Sagittarius. I've got to change the time. Look at this. How did I not see this coming? For the live stream today, I will be going live at 4:30 now to do the super chats for the weekend. All right. Sagittarius 233. Oh, wait a minute. That was just Scorpio, right? And Scorpio, I almost screwed up the time. All right, Sagittarius is 234. All right, Sagittarius. Saggy. 333, guys. All right. Geez, your cards are one. That 7 of Wands just wants to come out again. I'm like, come on. All right, let's see. What's going on with my Sages? All right, you have the Hierophant. So we're looking at leveling up in a commitment. Somebody feels a strong pull towards you, and feels like you guys share a lot of the same values and want the same thing. All right, so there is potential here. There's going to be our challenges. Obviously, you have Taurus energy here, but you're dealing with somebody who is very strict when it comes to their values. All right. So if something is off, it's going to bother this person. They don't want things. They don't like change. If this is how I see a relationship, this is what I want. I want the traditional relationship, or I want, it to be like this. It's got to be like that. And I see the Four of Cups. So Sag, you are dealing with somebody who's pretty much stuck in their ways. It is what it is. If you're wanting something a little bit, more extravagant, or a little bit more open, or exciting, or you want something to look or be a certain way, but you're struggling with a person, it's because they want the normal, old school, and maybe they are feeling a little bit intimidated by you, in a sense where will they be able to match your energy, or make you happy, or keep you happy? Can they keep you happy? All right, so I have you, the 10 of Wands. Look, you're like, damn, why is this so hard? Why is this got to be so hard? Your challenge, the 3 of Wands. All right, so this is you. Look, I know you because I remember I'm a Sag wannabe. 3 of Wands. You want to go. You got to go. You got to move. You got to be able to be doing different things, taking short trips, traveling, communicating, hanging out. You need your freedom. You need room to explore. But you need a home base too. All right, you need your home base as well. And you may be feeling restricted. You're feeling kind of like, all right, when's it coming? When's this happening? I need things to happen. But you also like things to happen super fast. You want to skip the juice, the juicing part, or the journey, and the squeezing of the lemons, and just have the lemonade. All right. You don't like the minutia. You don't like the minutia. I struggled with that one. All right. But you're in love, or you're connecting with somebody who is like, I got to do things this way. I got to do things. And this person is, it's causing you a lot of stress. Look at the 10 of Wands. It's like you are trying to figure out a way to make it work, or to get this person to change, or do something different, and you keep spinning your wheels, and this person just they're not going to change. They're stuck in their ways. All right, let's see your person. The 6 of Swords. What's their challenge? The Ace of Swords. Your person is just not 100% clear about where they see where things are going. And the harder you push, this person goes silent. They want to figure out, this person here, the 6 of Swords, air sign, maybe, possibly. They have seen, or can see, you guys navigate in the future together. Let's see where things can go. This is new. You're different for them. You're somebody who is a whole different planet, right? The way you see things, the way you do, the way you talk, the way you are, how passionate you are, you're very excited for this person. This person really can move at your pace. But they just can't quite see just yet, the 6 of Swords, where this is going to land, where this is going. Is this are you somebody that they can satisfy in the future? Is this a relationship that can last long term? So that's what you're up against. You're dealing with somebody who just can't see clearly yet what their truth is. And it may be really stressing you out because you are ready for it to move forward. You have one thing on your mind, and that's the future. Like, let's just go. Let's just jump into it. You're not, look, I'm with you. I'll go with you. You say go, I go. But there are a lot of people that, you have faith. You have blind faith. You just are like Aries too, in a way, some people just they're just not like that, and not every Sag is like that either, but the generalization and the energy that's coming through. Now, any external influence, a high priestess, right? So no, there doesn't seem to be any external influence with this person. It looks like they're just trying to connect. They're just trying to figure out what they really want. Right? There is this tapped in, they're trying to figure out what they're being called to do. They're observing the situation. They're not saying much to you. They're staying silent because they don't want to ruin something either. If they're not 100% sure what they want, but you push at a resolution or an answer. That's the Two of Swords, where I feel like somebody here, you don't want to push them to make the choice you don't want them to make. It's uncomfortable for you because you know what your answer is. And when somebody's silent, it can cause a lot of stress for you. And that's just what I feel like. You've got somebody that is really introverted, trying to figure out, am I on the right path? And this is where you have to tap into your ultimate faith and say to yourself, is this my person? If this is my person and I trust that, I gotta let go of the rope and in hopes that they don't go very far. Or, hopefully, maybe there's a hole in the boat. That boat's not going to go very far because you made sure to put a hole in it. Let's see any clarity on this. The 10 of Cups. So there is strong potential this person has thought or does think about a possible future with you. All right. They embrace you. They have feelings for you. They feel connected to you. They want to make sure they are 100% honest with you and invested in you before they fully commit. It would waste both your time. Now, what does Spirit want you to know? Slow down. That's all I got. Knight of Swords. I know that you have set your intentions. You know what you want. You're on a mission. Don't take things personal, and pay attention to your assumptions about things. You might be making these assumptions, and again, I can have a conversation all day long about assumptions and about how they will show up in your reading. But, choose a new assumption. You may be assuming the worst with your person when ultimately, they could have the best assumptions. They could want the best for this relationship, but sometimes their own triggers get in the way. So I'm just seeing here, pay attention to your assumptions, think in the worst case scenario. Things may turn around. And where's this going? I have the 7 of Cups. Right now, there is ultimate possibilities here for this relationship. Things are still a little bit up in the air. Obviously, you're feeling it because I'm feeling it in this reading. All right. We do have feelings for each other. You are the shiny object in the sky, but also you may make this person nervous about long-term commitment. But I do see the possibilities here. There's so many opportunities for this to go somewhere. I have Gemini energy. I have Pisces energy, Taurus energy, but it can be, anybody. Let's look at Aries through Pisces. All right, let's see. Aries through Pisces. You're welcome, Justy. All right, challenges. You know, the momentum is picking up, Sag. So let's see what's going on with Aries. Aries showing up in their energy. Aries is going to take action. Aries is kind of on the same page as you, right? Very attractive to you, you know, and they see the opportunity. They see the potential. Taurus has got love for you. All right, we see some romance coming in. This could even be the Aries and Taurus could be new relationships coming your way. But I am seeing leadership as well, too. So your Taurus here really stepping up to the plate for you. Gemini, we're seeing very intense relationship between you and a Gemini, very transformative. Now, you could have had many endings. You could be going through an ending. There's another cycle coming in. I mean, this relationship is a deep one. We have Cancer. All right, making plans for the future right now. There could be this energy of a hangman where, you know, it feels low. They might be going through some health crisis. They could be, you know, dealing with just low energy, unsure of what's going on, just a low period in their life. So it's a temporary transition between you and a Cancer, but you guys will make plans here in the future. Leo, serious about you, very ambitious, stepping up. Virgo, the transits are favoring you at this time with a Virgo. All right. So no matter what's going on, it seems like you guys will figure out this is a good time to talk things out, a good time to approach them, you know, make it work. Seems like the energy's in your favor. Libra, the moon card. Libra's all in their feelings for you, got their eyes for you, eyes on you. All right. Now, there can be sometimes the past comes up. There can be cycles. There can be some moods that come up. But all in all, their feelings are for you. They're invested. Capricorn, hidden truths coming to the surface. All right. So you may find out something that you kind of felt was off or you knew. They may finally tell you. Aquarius, making things work. It looks like you guys are kind of combining your days together here. You might change your routine up a little bit. Capricorn, we have forgiveness coming in with the Capricorn. Right? Doing things over, but changes are required. Aquarius, karma. All right, so we are seeing something coming to surface here, somebody dealing with consequences. And Pisces, all right, going with the flow. It looks like a lot of love between you and a Pisces energy. Your feelings are growing for one another. All right, thank you. Let's go. We are moving on to a Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. All right, Cappies. I missed being home. You know that? It's been a long time. I really wanted to get back home. It's been a long time since I've had that feeling. Hello, Cappy Goat. All right, let's see. What are they holding back from you? All right, Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. we haven't seen the Knight of Pentacles in a while. Let's see. All right. Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, overall energy. All right, you've got my attention, Capricorn. You know, you're my kind. You and this person, you could be dealing with somebody with a lot of earthy qualities. You know, very protective, very serious energy, very cautious energy always. You know, I feel like this energy of a person, though, who it may feel like sometimes they're backing away from you, but they will keep their promise. They will pull through. I do get the Eight of Wands here underneath. And so sometimes it may seem like things are moving nicely, moving fast, but then this person, things start to move too fast. And then this person here puts the brakes on. It can be annoying. I know it. I know, you know. It's like, come on, just go all in already and cut the shit. All right. All right. It is. It's the slow night. It's the slow night. And it's the worry wart. It's the perfectionist. As soon as something goes wrong, this person throws their hands up in the air and, oh my God, I gotta fix, I gotta do, I gotta work, I gotta worry. It's their sign. It's a Virgo energy. They get mad at themselves for doing it. You know. But this person, you know, stresses out under pressure. And I feel this. So I am going to be like, you know, I've had too much stress in my life. I don't want any stress. Don't come to me. Doors shut. Right. Unless you're coming to me with crumble cookies, I don't want anything else. All right. I don't want any stress. I don't want any bullshit. I don't have any time for it. I don't even know why we're on this planet still if you're still going to stress me out. I know that's ridiculous because, you know, we need to be challenged so we grow. But, you know, oftentimes, you know, the world just does a number on some of us and we don't want any problems, any stress. Leave it at the door. It's not practical. It's not reality. All right. But I just feel like a person gets hung up on things and gets overwhelmed with stress or pressure. All right. You know, you gotta give them their safe space. All right. Your energy, though, you got the Two of Wands. You're like, well, you know, I got my options open. The door's open. I'm ready to move forward with you, but I'm ready to move forward. You know, if you're either going to be in or out, but you know, you do feel stuck here because I think you really like this person, and you want to see it go somewhere. And so this person does piss you off because they keep the one foot in the door, or it's just, you know, you just can't find respectful closure. And you're like, I want to make plans here. I want to reach out. I want to go on the second day. I want to get things going. I want to move. I want this to work with you, even if this is long term. I want this to work, but you know, we're always going back and forth here. And as much as I'm ready, you know, it just seems like you've got your one foot out too. And it's not good for either of you because even if you've got it's like you could build something beautiful if you guys would just, you know, back up and do this, right? But we're at a crossroads. What's your challenge? I see the Eight of Pentacles. It's like the thing is you're ready for it to work. You're ready for the next. You're above and beyond. You've already mastered this. You're like, I'm ready to make this work, but this person has you stuck. You know that I'm keeping my options open, but it's also keeping me to where even if I let somebody else come into my life, I'm still stuck on this person. This person still has a little bit of a grip on me. It's not fair. It's keeping you in a very awkward position. And so when your person starts to get really excited and starts to move a little bit and things are moving passionately, you close the door on any other option that's in your life and you're like, yay, let's go. And then this person backs away. All of a sudden you give your full attention to your person and your person gets all overwhelmed again and backs up. And it's like, what the hell is going on here? But I still love her. You know, this is where we need to call on the higher powers. We need to see what's really going on because there's something deeper going on here. All right. See you next time. Now, your person has a fear of commitment. It's obvious. It's obvious, but there's love for you too. So, I mean, every reading should just say fear of commitment, fear of commitment, fear of commitment. Right? What's their challenge though? Why? The Lovers here. They've had bad relationships in the past. I mean, they might have just gotten out of an unhealthy relationship. This relationship, and this might not be for everybody. So only take it if it feels right. This relationship between you and them is unhealthy. There could be other unhealthy habits that's going on. There could be something, maybe you guys have some addictions, or maybe you guys, you'll know. I don't have to dig it up for you. You'll know if this relationship is unhealthy or if it's had its doubts in the past. And so your person may still hold on to this. You know, they've obviously had some unhealthy relationships in the past, you know, and whether it was with you or other people. And it's like, every time you get too close to this person, or anytime things might start to really work with you guys are on a good vibe, one little thing goes wrong and this person shuts it they go on lockdown. Any external influence, and I see family, home, maybe your family, maybe their family, maybe home life, you know, but also again, to me, it's just commitment. It's afraid. I've got two things that want to come through. One, I'm afraid to be happy, because if I'm happy, it's going to get destroyed. Every time I'm happy, I get sad. Every time I'm happy and I let myself be happy, something shitty happens. How many of you know that story? So we set ourselves up for failure because it's easier to just, be surprisingly happy than to expect happiness and always get sadness, right? Or get the rug pulled. So your person is not letting themselves be happy, right? Or they're afraid to just to do it again, especially if there's any signs of unhealthiness. And what you think is unhealthy and what they think is unhealthy is two different things. And, we all need therapy. So, but it could just be family's influence, home, the way you guys live, the way you guys do things. Somebody might like extravagant home, and somebody might like a quiet home. Somebody might like a lot of friends over. Somebody might like to party. The other person doesn't. Who knows? Any clarity on this? I see the Seven of Pentacles. I just feel like that's the only thing. It's just that you guys, your plans for a home, your plans for the future, sometimes are on the same page, and sometimes you guys are not going. There's got to be a way. There's something that you guys keep getting stuck on, that keeps your person or you worrying about where things are going. What does Spirit want from you? The Seven of Wands. There's that Seven of Wands. Just watch your words. That's my Seven of Wands this week. Watch your words. Watch, because they might punch hard. You might say things, Capricorn, and, I might like it. I might be like, hell yeah, all right. But somebody else, I can handle a punching bag, because that tells me, all right, well, can I punch back then? But somebody else might not like it. All right. So it is saying, ground yourself, ground your emotions, defend yourself by all means. Don't, don't not defend yourself, but just, in a grounded way. What's the outcome here? And I got the Five of Wands is in reverse, but I'm seeing direct and calm. Thank you. I am seeing you guys could find some resolution to a real deep challenge this week. There could be a reconciliation after an argument. All right. There could be. Thank you. My vocabulary is limited to 5-letter words. I always love when you come in with these beautiful words like succinct and, thank you. Yeah. You can dish at me all you want. I can take the dish. You got to take it from me though. Nobody can take when I come back. There's been a few people in my life. Oh, there are my boys, my exes. They can take it. All right. There's certain people that I date in my life or I'm with in my life for that reason. They can handle the fire. But most people can't. But that's how I've developed a sense of humor too, so I can try and soften things up. All right. Aries through Pisces. All right. Aries through Pisces. Let's see what Spirit has for you. Any potential Aries through Pisces? My ex-husband's mother, I don't even know her sign anymore. She can take it. She can dish it and she can take it. She is a hot shit. I love moms like that. Hot shit. And man, she can dish it. So you better be, if you don't have thick skin, and don't even go over for dinner. Let's see. Hot shit. She don't care if you cry. All right. So luck, you got some luck around you right now, Capricorn. So I am seeing this trine energy. So it looks like the energies are shifting for you a little bit in your relationship. So there is a good, pleasant energy around, even if you feel like I'm not delivering it. All right. Let's see, Aries. All right, so you and Aries, you got some lessons to work through. All right, you both signed up for this. It's a soul contract. All right, you guys, you're bound to figure it out at one point or another. Or, Taurus, surrender and go with the flow with a Taurus. All right, there's still something there. It just seems like it's not the right time to take action. They will move when they're ready. If you're not there, then it's their loss, right? Gemini is, moody. They got feelings for you. You know it's there. You guys connect. You might even dream about each other. All right, but there's a past here. They feel very comfortable with you though. So things are changing. You guys have a real deep connection together. So it looks like they may be wanting to spend the night. Cancer, forgiveness coming in with a Cancer. All right. Changes need to happen. We need to trust each other here. All is not lost though. Leo on their own. Leo just wants to do their own thing. It just feels like Leo needs to be alone right now. Virgo, deep connection with you and a Virgo. All right. So you're going through a transformation. You could be ending something, beginning something, but you definitely are changing. The two of you are changing. All right. Very intense relationship. Libra. Woo! I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards. This is Mercury and Mars and Scorpio. All right, go ahead. Tell me how you feel. All right, but be ready. All right, I'm just being. Anyways, you and a Libra, right? You might be dealing with some conflict. All right, you definitely challenge each other, but I also feel like you guys like it too. So there is conflict with you and a Libra. Scorpio, nothing is set in stone yet. Things are still changing here. Something is changing, but it's not over yet. Sagittarius, we see an end in here. Karma, hoping for forgiveness, but maybe they're realizing it. Maybe an ending will bring forgiveness. Capricorn, you have the 9th house, right? So changing beliefs. You and another Capricorn really shifting the way you see things. You may be seeing a future together. Aquarius, paying your dues, learning a lot of lessons with an Aquarius, all right? But it looks like it's time to wake up. They may be facing the truth. There could be a return. Pisces, in their feelings for you. Pisces definitely all about you, all right? So it's a honeymoon phase here, magic happening. But take off the rose-colored glasses if that's the case. Make sure you're getting what you think. All right, Aquarius. 307. Aquarius, we made it. We're getting there. I love it. I enjoyed today's readings. I hope you did. I hope you do. Aquarius. You are welcome, Sparrow Goat. Thank you. All right, Aquarius. All right. The World card at the bottom of the deck. All right, so in the 10 of Swords, 6 of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles, Aquarius. Oh, somebody here, the grass is not greener. You're thinking about somebody, Aquarius, and you may be thinking they're happy. No, it looks like somebody is, feeling let down behind the scenes. You've got somebody here who hasn't fully moved on from you. And they thought they were getting a good deal. Somebody really put on a show for this person, and they just got stung. I think this person really feels like they let themselves down, they let you down. But let's see your energy. Look at you sitting pretty. You're like, yep. You're like, too bad you made your bed. I know what I got. All right. You got your mind on a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They got their mind on you. But you know what you want. You know what you want. And like, if you needed that validation, I mean, it's like, you knew then, now, and you just, the thing is that it just sucks to have to, watch somebody walk the path. Why'd you have to waste your time? Right? But you know what I will say though, man, if anything, you know your worth. All right. You gave it a good damn shot. And now, now somebody coming back, you hold the what is it? What's the saying I'm looking for? Come on, spirit guides, all right? You sitting there like they got you're in charge. All right. All right. So really, what you got? It's like sitting there with a smile on your face, but I wouldn't do that. All right. I mean, I kind of feel bad for this person. It feels like they really thought they were getting something good. It looks like they were played. Let's see your challenge though. The Nine of Pentacles. Then now your challenge is going to be confidence. You're not the same person. You hold the wand. Thank you. And now it's like you may have been a little bit more needy back then, or needy with this person because you were in love, right? But you were giving it your all. But now you're like, oh, wait a minute. Now I know what the hell's going on. Now I see. Now I see your truth. Now I see you. I'm not living in this Pisces, illusion land. I love you, I'm Pisces. I have a stellium, right, in Pisces. I got to clarify that so you guys don't think I'm picking on you when I say Pisces energy. And that's the problem, though, is now it's like, you had me all over you. You had me so vulnerable. I was in love. I would have done anything. And now you know what though? This person came into your life to shape you up too. Because now you went, whoa, the veil was pulled and nobody's gonna play with you anymore. Nobody's gonna play with you anymore. Not as easily, anyways. Your person, ooh, the Three of Swords. It's hidden hard. Your person really, really feeling it. They may have, I feel like this person, when they walked away or when they decided to make their choice, they didn't grieve, or they thought they were making such the right choice that they didn't even have a chance to give themselves. Sometimes people jump from one relationship to the next. And now it's like everything's hidden them. Their challenge, the Four of Cups. What the hell do I do? I want to send some love to this person because it really feels like they're shutting down. It looks like they feel really stuck, depressed. They were in an unhealthy situation. They got themselves in an unhealthy situation. They really got their heart broken. So, sometimes what comes around goes around, but you're also not somebody who's going to pick up somebody's scraps either. So hopefully this person's intentions is to come towards you 100%. What is the external influence? The Knight of Wands. All right. Give me clarity on this Knight of Wands. Seven of Swords. He got played. Your person got played. Your person played you and your person got played. I don't talk like that a lot. My readings aren't about that a lot. You guys know that. You guys know. So this is for somebody. That's just not my talk. We all have our journeys. And that's what's happening. So what does Spirit want you to know? Three of Pentacles. It's been some work for you. You've done the work. It's been some work. You've done the work. You've been finding the support. You're in a good place. You're putting yourself in a good place. You're working on it. This could be, fixing it. You might even be able to fix this, but maybe you don't want to. And that's okay. Maybe you just needed to hear this today. The outcome to this situation, the Temperance card. You may find yourself crossing paths. This person may try to cross your path, and it looks as though divine may guide you just for closure for some of you, for validation, but also it could be even to restore balance. Maybe you both had something you had to learn about yourselves to get to this point. So there's really nothing you really have to do here. It's your person made their bed, they dug their grave, and they put everything. I have Sagittarius energy. I have Taurus, Cap, Aquarius. But I am seeing that ultimately, who said it? You hold the wand. All right. So this is unfinished. It's not over yet. This story is not over yet. Let's see Aries through Pisces to see anything else Spirit has for you. You know, I'm done making things look pretty. That's a very powerful statement. I feel that. I'm done making things look comfortable, pretty for other people too. Just, you know what I mean? Like, just to keep peace, or, you know, that's that people pleasing thing too. It shows up in so many ways. All right, let's see. All right. So allowing an opportunity with a little bit of effort coming your way. So I am seeing potential for growth. Energies are attracting. So there's something shifting here with you, like with that reading I just said. So let's see. Aries. Aries taking charge of their life. Aries taking initiative, and Aries taking action towards you. Taurus, right, wants to build a home with you, right, building roots with you, feels very comfortable with you. You could end up in a commitment with a Taurus. Gemini, very passionate energy, transmuting any wounds, or maybe if this is even new, maybe you guys are just finally feeling like this is real, this feels good. All right, so things moving fast between you and a Gemini. Cancer taking charge as well too. Their heart is open and they are ready to see where this goes. Leo, lots of change with a Leo. All right. So it looks like Leo could be somebody that you're connected to who, you know, had to go through some deep, intense transformation. Virgo, looks like you and Virgo are on the same page. It looks like things are finally coming into harmony for the two of you. Libra, same thing, with an opportunity opening up with you and a Libra. Looks like they support this connection. They want to support you. They want to see this relationship go somewhere. It's starting to develop. Scorpio getting ready to go into their season. So Scorpios are going to be on fire. So you can't pull a fast one on a Scorpio, but also, you know, Scorpio will face their truth too. They'll feel into their truth. And if you were meant to be with Scorpio, you guys will find yourself really connecting deeply. All right. So Scorpio in their prime right now. And it looks like Scorpio has got their eyes on you, feels a connection with you. It gets jealous too, especially if you're not giving them attention. Sag, challenges with the Sagittarius. I do feel like they're ready to take action though, breaking through old blocks and patterns. Capricorn's got their eye on you, but they're also worrying and really hypercritical and thinking about everything. Aquarius, your soul has returned to learn many lessons, and it sounds like you really just achieved the big trophy here. All right, you really just kind of can close something. Pisces, all about you. Aquarius, they're looking at you like they're admiring you. They see a future with you. All right. All right. Let's see. Pisces. All right. I cannot believe how long this one went today. I'm going to have to, you know, I started late too. Let me see. It's going to be a late Friday night. You guys are going to be hanging out with me for a while. All right. Let's see. Pisces at 3/20/20. I am. I need new glasses. I can. These are my glasses, but they don't work as well anymore. I can barely see. Let's see. Pisces. You're welcome. Happy bubble. I want to just be in my happy little bubble. All right. Let's see. Pisces. All right, Pisces. All right. Well, this Knight of Pentacles just does not want to go away today. The Knight of Pentacles, so slowly but surely. I mean, you know, at least this card tells me that you'll get some sort of return of investment. But the only thing I don't really like is that you've been putting a lot of work into something and you haven't got back as much as you really should get back. And you're really kind of giving a lot of yourself, sacrificing a lot of yourself, a lot of your time and patience. And you're very persistent and, you trust. I mean, you have faith. But the thing is it just feels like you have to do a lot of the work. And I'm praying that like my Pisces here, that, people will start matching your frequency, matching your effort even more, giving you more. All right. But you signed up for something. Maybe you feel this is your calling. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that you're connecting to. But the good news is, eventually there will be a return of investment. So hopefully it's one of those hallelujah. And then you get, like the piñata, it all just starts to come. So Two of Cups, your relationship is very, very uneven, but you definitely have love for somebody. Your challenge here, the World card. All right. And it just feels like, no matter what you do, it just feels like you don't feel successful. You don't feel like the relationship is going the way you want it to. You want more. You want to know how somebody feels. It's like, can you just be here? Can we grow? I want to grow. I want to see things improve. And you just feel kind of stuck. It feels one-sided. It feels very one-sided right now. Let's see your person. 5 of Wands. Oh, your person here. I mean, you got somebody that starts a fight just to start a fight. You got somebody here that finds a reason, everything is drama. I don't know, this person might be very challenging for you. It's like there's always, it could be somebody that just has so much conflict and anger, resentment. It's like, it's just a challenging you. It's like you might say the most beautiful thing, and the person be like, what do you mean? Take it the wrong way. It's like, what the hell? You could be just reaching out to somebody and being like, hey, how's your day? And like all of a sudden you just get like, and this person will tend to take out their frustration. Like they got too much to do, so much going on. They blame on everything else. A lot of drama. They're taking you for granted. Their challenge, the 10 of Wands, and it's in reverse, but it doesn't matter because it's the challenge. This person here needs to be responsible and needs to take on more responsibility. This person acting like they got so much going on, but it looks like they're putting on a good show, but they're not really doing much. And it's almost like this person makes up their own, they make up so much, like everything is just so much. I got so much to do. But are they? It seems like you're the one doing more of the work. So what the hell is going on here? I feel bad. So let me look at this from a different perspective. Just because I'm looking at it, I feel this way, what I'm seeing. It feels like you're really putting in the brunt of the work. It feels like you're really staying grounded. You're the one, it's one-sided. Your person feels like they do so much, or that they got so much going on and they're overwhelmed and they have all these challenges. They may really feel like that, so so I don't know, but to me it seems like they could pick up more slack. They need to take more effort. Give more effort. All right. Because it seems like it's like they make excuses or they create tension and drama to distract. A lot of negative, heavy fire energy coming from your person. Right? They need some water thrown on them. But you're being peaceful. And it just feels like if the two of you could be on the same page, you'd be so successful. Is there any external influence? All right, I've got the Four of Pentacles here. Somebody has control issues. Maybe somebody could be possessive, could be jealousy too. But also it may be that somebody just doesn't know how to share. Somebody can be greedy and hold on to grudges. Very closed-minded, narrow-minded. If you're a cross watcher, please today, don't I'm not favoring cross watches today. All right. Sometimes I'm very gentle, but I don't want you to get triggered. If this is not you, sometimes cross watchers, maybe I don't know. I'm not trying to trigger you. But these cards, this energy I'm picking up is a very possessive and very controlling energy. And also, sees things, holds on to their point of view, holds on to what they do. Right? So any clarity on this, and I got the Five of Pentacles in reverse here. The Five of Pentacles, I'm going to say, your person sees the negative in everything. Your person struggles. Your person's struggling. Your person feels like they've let themselves down and they're afraid, and they let you down. It's like they know they are, but they don't want to face their reality. And I feel like you're the only person that has any hope for this person. You care about this person. You see them for who they are. And that's why, you're still stuck on, you can't fix another person. But there's something so special about this person for you that I do see a return of investment eventually. I just hope it doesn't tear you down. There is chance for this it seems like you guys, and it will start to work on things. There is potential to work on things and make, get things to move, but it's definitely a challenge in time for you guys. The root problem is this person is, lets themselves down, feels like the world's against them, feels insecure deep down inside. So they may project things onto you. What Spirit want you to know? The Hanged Man. So it's just a matter of perspectiveness, your perspective of the situation. Your person is kind of narrow-minded, all right? I am seeing you're sacrificing a lot to be in this relationship. And like I said, it can go somewhere, and it may, but it's a very challenging relationship right now. Things are kind of stuck and things are in limbo. They're not, the good news is it's going through some sort of change. Your person is going through some sort of shift. All right. Who knows how long it takes for them, though. I do have Pisces energy. And this is your advice, which is, surrender, let go a little bit, and don't wait around for anybody. The possible outcome here is a resolution to this conflict. It looks like you guys could reconcile, and this could be a battle won, right? But again, slow and steady. Wow, Pisces, sending you love. Let's see. My mother-in-law. My mother-in-law didn't make me cry, but she could. She could try. I was young. I was young. I used to get, she never was mean to me. I used to get mad at her though, 'cause she'd say shit. She'd say shit to people. And she, I don't know. Aries through Pisces. All right, Aries through Pisces. All right. Washing away sorrow. All right. So this is cleansing yourself too and surrendering. I am seeing growth happening, healing happening, manifestations of seeds planted. So things are still growing in your relationship right now. Aries, a new and exciting opportunity coming in with an Aries. It could be a new Aries, but this is a first step onto a new path, and we are seeing maturity. Taurus kind of doing their own thing. They need to hermit themselves, go off on their own. It looks like they could be distant from you right now. Gemini going through some major transformation. It's not completely over until the fat lady sings. All right. We see Cancer, 9th house, very spiritual energy right here. So shifts in beliefs, things, it looks like a future possible for you guys. Leo, hidden truths come to the surface about a Leo. You may find out some truths that are hard to face, but the outcome remains unclear, what you do with them. Virgo, you got Scorpio energy. Virgo, very intense about you. All right, Virgo, into you, feeling very deep about you. Could even be obsessed with you. Libra, also very attracted to you. Libra's like, you got it going on. Let's make it happen. Scorpio, we see restrictions, maybe possibly conflict, but you can get over this. This is just about making change happen. Sagittarius, nothing is set in stone, so just kind of, this is go with the flow. Capricorn, all right, karma coming in, all right, something that you didn't see could show up. You could find out some truth. Aquarius could end up in marriage here with an Aquarius. And Pisces, you've got Venus energy. So you're in love. You know what you want. Your heart knows what you want. I see love coming in for you with another Pisces. All right. I love you guys. I am going to sign off. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to get ready. I'll be live in about 13 minutes to do the super chats. I'm only going to be on for so long. So make sure you get your question in. I'm going to shut it down as soon as probably about 20 minutes after I start. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Jean. Thank you to all the new members. Thank you to all my mods. Thank you to everybody that's here. Thank you for everybody that's been hyping my videos. That is really helping me. So if you can come back and hype it, that would be great. As soon as you comment, you come back in after the live and hype. And I will see you guys. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Thank you.